Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Heist. I'm your Dungeon Master, Harna, and joining me are my usual political pricks. Let's kick it off with sure, our resident human warlock. We can rob that line from her.
God fucking damn it. Alright, so hello, I'm Adam. I'm playing our. Well, fuck you now. I play Gabriella, the party face and the demonologist of the party, or the closest thing we have to one at this point, or devilologist. God, why can't we interchange these terms? Anyhow, I'll pass the torch on towards the actually most trustworthy member of the party now after his makeover.
Yes, indeed. Hi, my name is Will Sword, and I play Shadowclaw, which now is the most trustworthy member of this party, and possibly the most kind-hearted, believe it or not. Yeah.
You were on board with the child murder earlier, but okay.
It's freeze their
I mean,
souls.
for the greater good, I would have killed the children. You know, so to have 99 people for 2 children, the maths is easy.
Rich kids as well, fuck them.
I'm the Undying Rogue. Undying Rogue? It's good. Phantom Rogue, yes. Phantom Rogue. There you go. And I'm going to pass it over to our Paladin.
I think he's frozen. I don't think Rob is that still all the time. Oh, Jesus!
There we go.
Oh, that was so scary, man.
Did we all freeze? Was it?
Yeah, Discord's fucking up the thing.
Yeah.
God,
It's fine. Well, I don't know how much you heard.
We didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
You got introduced and then it just froze.
Discord's like,
Not
No,
yet.
thank
Too sexy for Discord.
So yeah, I'm Rob. I play Lord Logan Margaster of House Margaster. Vengeance Paladin. Just a stand-up guy all around. No skeletons in his closet because he's out there. And yeah, last but not least.
Hi, I'm George. I play as Vele Rosnar. I thought I was going to be a good person, but then I also got on board with child murder, so there we are. I am a human bard, and I will pass it back to our lovely DM.
Alrighty. So when we last left off, you kind of finished up your investigation, kind of looking for a way to potentially save the Castlander children from the deal their parents had made. Upon a bit of searching and asking some fiends whom we made connections with through Contact Ever Plane and even the book which you'd stolen from Castlander Villa, you actually...
And I read the entirety of
in a day.
in a day.
You met the seemingly true form of Asmodeus, who came, tried to make a deal with you all initially. The terms were reneged and rejigged, and eventually you all walked out of there with a deal struck with the King of Hell in exchange for your children's basically inability to have them. They would still be carried fully to term, but they would be stillborn. Asmodeus basically agreed to release the 2 youngest children, the Castlanders, as a result of that. So you've technically made good on your contract with the Castlanders, so you should be able to retrieve the Eye of Galore from them seemingly without issue.
We should also probably ask them about those 99 people they may or may not have stashed in a basement somewhere.
Also ask them why they wanted to kill Savira.
Yeah, we're a little bit upset about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were heading, I believe, to Castlander Villa when we left off last. I think you were just leaving the Old Familiar.
That Shadowclaw's gonna go. Maybe, perhaps, before we mention anything about our deal, maybe we should ask her a little bit more about this 99 souls and where they stand with them.
Does it change anything.
I
The
mean,
deal
if
is
they're
done.
planning on killing 99 people anyway, then we should probably know about it.
Exactly.
Perhaps we should tell them they don't have to, and
I mean, I think we should ask where these people are first, and then we'll tell them. But
I feel like at the very least we've got to call them out for, keeping secrets.
indeed.
I mean, you know,
or at least you can just tell them we may have found a solution, but we want to know about this 99 people.
All right, yeah, we can convey that.
Release
I'm
them.
sure.
We'll be able to. So we don't tell them anything until we know this 99 people are safe.
Okay, and who's doing the talking? Because sometimes we have a plan and then somebody goes off pissed and ruins it.
I'm pretty good at
Right.
lying, but I also don't think I'm in the best straits with them after the whole thievery,
Yeah,
breaking and
I
entering
don't-
situation.
Yeah, I don't think I've got the best reputation with them either. So it's gonna have to be one of you two.
Gabriella, let's tag team them.
Yeah, if we can, I say we can tag team on this. You do the courtesy, I'll be a bit more threatening. Good cop, bad cop.
We should definitely lie to them and tell them that if they make any more devil deals, their children's souls
Oh,
are
of
back on the
course.
menu.
What's good cop, bad cop, by the way?
It's basically an interrogation technique where one side is, or one of the interrogators is acting outwardly and more friendly towards the interrogee, and while the other is more hostile. And it's a technique to hopefully get more information out of the person by confiding in the more friendly interrogator in the presence of the more threatening one as a way of protecting himself.
Learned a lot in prison, did you?
Indeed, yes. Also about the prisoner's dilemma. And how to make tattoos out of cement. Anyhow, let's head out.
Tattoos out of... Okay, anyway. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do the intro and then you be a prick.
Yeah, there was this very lovely lithomancer. They had to keep him in shackles because he could melt stone his way out of the prison, though.
Oh, maybe you should write a book so I don't have to hear about these stories. Okay.
Will you be able to read this there?
I mean, I'll be able to, I just choose not to.
You can read?
Are we...
Damn.
Sure. Let's go. Come on.
Indeed. A carriage, I presume?
I
Yes.
would be on the way. I'll probably go get some proper handcuffs. Not like the ones that Logan.
What do you
gave me.
mean, proper handcuffs?
Don't
Those
you
are
need
proper
keep handcuffs, Sullivan?
Those handcuffs are well
Manacles.
used.
They are
I'm gonna
loved.
get, fuck the two. I'm gonna get 3 of them.
Yeah, I think they're 2 gold each.
Yep.
So you're 6 gold. Easily sourced a pair of manacles this early in the morning. Or you get them from a blacksmith across the road. Avi and Emberk can probably sort you out.
Potion.
If you're getting a carriage over to Castle Villa, it'll cost you 2 silver.
Money.
I'm gonna ride Humphrey.
Perfect.
God fucking damn. The eternal slave.
You don't think that I'd forgotten, did you?
Humphrey
I was
sighs. Humphrey had.
Also, I'm gonna leave. Sorry, I'm gonna leave. I'll keep walking around the fucking poison in my bag. I'm gonna leave the poison
Okay.
in the tavern.
The healing
wanna-
potions that look like poison, or the potions of poison that look like
the
healing potions.
potion of poison. They look like various different potions. I'm gonna look at all of them.
Sure.
But obviously I marked them, so I know which one is which.
Let's hope nothing happens at the tavern. It's like, oh no, he's dying. Get this potion of healing that's conveniently listed here.
Actually, I'm gonna keep 3 with me. Now, do you know what? Yes, I'm gonna keep 3 with me,
Okay.
and the rest I'm gonna keep in the thing.
Sure. Do you tell your party anything about them, or you just keep them in your bag?
Yes, I'm gonna go and tell them. I was like, just in case, I'm gonna. You never know. This might come useful at some point. I'm gonna have 3 potion of healings, which is this one. It's look not marked, and then this one is got a little cross on the top of the lid. Look, the one the
Right.
cross is the poison.
All right, cool.
In case I die, in case I go unconscious, please don't feed me these ones. Otherwise, I will die.
Yes.
Oh no, we wouldn't want
never mind.
that, would we?
I mean, it's
So there's
Shadow
a very,
Clone,
very
Slytherin.
small cross there. They'll probably know.
Sure. Yeah, you
It's
kind of
like-
reveal it to them. Just make me a sleight of hand check, just to see how, like, if someone you
How
were
hidden
giving this
is-
to,
mm.
like, would it maybe flag that there's something weird or it's been marked or, like, 10? Yeah.
10.
It's a bit clumsier than you were originally hoping with that bottle, but you could always decant it into a different bottle and try again another time. But at least it's clearly marked for your allies. And, you know, heat of the moment, someone might not notice.
Okay.
Alrighty. You get a Humphrey ride and a carriage ride for those of you who don't fire that kind of transport, or don't have your own transport, I should say. And yeah, you eventually see Castellanter Villa kind of coming into view. You round the corner off Del Zorn Street onto Diamond Street. You kind of see it there at the bend. You see there are no guards posted at the front door. It's
There's no- The contract will arrive tomorrow morning, correct?
No, I think
but-
it's immediately, no?
No, immediately. Oh,
well,
cool.
you made the deal last night.
Oh shit! I thought we were heading out.
Oh
Today,
no,
sorry.
no, you are heading out late. Sorry, because you haven't actually rested yet. You've just got the two youngest children Castellans released, and then you've now head out in the evening. You can stay the night if you want to get the contract and go together. Or
I mean,
Did
maybe
we-
we should get everything sorted before we start telling them about it.
Oh, sorry. Did you have a long rest since?
well, that's what you're kind of
yesterday?
deciding. If you want to, you could have done this like long rested and less
Also,
out in the
as
morning.
Vele hasn't slept in a while.
Yeah, I think we'd have had a rest, no?
Yeah, if you guys want to
Okay,
just
go-
rest
go
up and have the contract and all with you, that's fair enough. Whenever if you rest that night in the morning, a little probably like a raven or crow comes with a little scroll and leaves it in the care of whichever one of you probably was down for breakfast first, probably Gabriella.
She would open it up and have a look.
Yeah, you would see that there is a infernal contract kind of set up before you, and it basically just outlines the agreed terms that upon the 4 signatures of the individuals whom this deal was proposed to are signed at the bottom of this page, the contract will be bound. Any attempt to renege or rebuff or alter the terms of the contract without agreement of all parties involved will result in the forfeit of all the souls of the 4 signs below. And it kind of just goes on. Like there's a lot of fluff initially, which is just very generic demon devil contract. Basically, a lot of like try to get out of this contract without like prior agreement or bend the rules in a way that like they aren't intended. Basically, it'll be your souls will be forfeit. But the key points are upon signing, the signees agree to have their all future potential offspring born still into the world, and in exchange, the 2 youngest children of the Castlanters will not have their souls claimed on their 9th birthday, as per the arrangement of the Castellanter contract that currently exists. It says that if the children can like attempt to, seek on their own terms then your contract yourself will then become null and void. You will be able to have offspring again if the children choose to pursue that. But it's basically intention of like it would give the children the choice as opposed to the parents. The parents would be unable to barter something they've already bartered away, if that makes sense. But by you freeing it, you're kind of giving the choice back to the children to do if they so wish.
Gabriel would give it a read and just to see if it's all up to snuff, and then she'd wait for the rest of the party. Maybe order breakfast ahead of time, depending on who's cooking.
Lots of legal jargon, lots of fluff, lots of clauses within clauses.
Is that a demicolon? I thought there were only semicolons. The more you know.
You
Also,
or
it's a
your
very
breakfast already?
detailed and long contract.
Oh yeah, it's big, hefty.
As soon as you look up at it, towards the
Out the door, down the street.
Yeah, there's no getting out, getting out of that one.
And at the bottom of the contract, burned into the paper, so that it is actually it is as if someone took a razor hot, like stamp, of a very thinly, beautifully ornate signed script. You see the word Asmodeus, and it has been burned all the way through the paper itself, leaving a black scorch mark around it from the burn that it carved through, as if someone with a razor hot, almost like pin, just carved their way through the paper itself.
Showy, but okay.
And then you see the 4 X's with little dotted lines for you all to sign.
You see, when we signed the contract, did we feel anything at all? Or just didn't feel anything.
I believe a lot. You said I think, and none of you, some of you agreed straight away. If you did, your signature was already there. But some of you, I believe, Gabriella specifically said that she wanted to read it in full before she signed. So her signature is currently missing, as would anyone who chose to not agree in the moment.
It was best to read the fine print first.
All right.
As I agreed last night, my signature would already be on there.
Yeah.
Is my full legal name on there?
Yes, it is.
Cool. All right.
Out of curiosity, what is if she read down to the signature, would Logan's full legal name be different to, or different than Gabrielle would be care to expect? If she read because she would read all the way throughout.
If you read all the way to the bottom, it would be a different. You wouldn't.
No,
see,
but his middle name's Eugene.
Yeah, you wouldn't see its name.
I was wondering.
You would see that it reads slightly differently. It does have Logan Morgaster kind of like nestled in, but it's almost like a middle. It almost serves as like a middle name, with little apostrophes around it, almost like a nickname. But Rob, if you want to maybe feel the full length, because I'm not gonna fucking pronounce that.
It would. So yeah, it wouldn't be a particularly legible scroll. It's got a lot of detail
It's a signature.
to it, but it's a signature. You would recognize it as not just being Logan Margaster, and doesn't seem to fit what Logan's signature might be, given that it's not in crayon.
Cool. Yeah, she would not pry any deeper. She just wouldn't be. She would just raise her eyebrows, but shrug. Can't cloud anybody on keeping names.
Did Shadowclaw agree last night?
Yep, I did. Yeah.
I think then in that case,
What the
it's
fuck
probably,
would your name be down as?
probably kind of similar.
But
It
the
would
thing
probably
is-
be Shadowclaw with Sullivan's name attached.
How-
Like,
How would be? Yeah, because that was actually I was thinking about that last night.
This
How
is
would
where
be
we find out
Shadowclaw-
nobody in the party is actually going by their real name.
Because Shadowclaw's name is not actually Shadowclaw, and to be fair, it's been such a long. Shadowclaw forgot his name.
yeah, no,
Yes,
but no,
and
the
how long has
the
it been?
soul of Shadowclaw would be his signature. That would be like for his soul.
Exactly.
But also as a
It'd be like-
result, he is so intermingled with Sullivan. There would probably be something similar of like it would probably be Sullivan. Well, what is Sullivan's true name?
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah,
I'm
exactly,
pretty sure it
because
is not Sullivan.
Yeah, because because like I said, it's 2 souls in one body, so that would be Shadowclaw signing for it, not Sullivan. Sullivan's nothing to do with it. It would be Shadowclaw.
Does that mean that Sullivan can still have kids? Or are you making choices for
Yeah,
the body?
That's what I'm saying. Does it count with the body or the soul? Because I'm assuming it would be the soul, right? Because then if you be the body, then as soon as this boy, because that's the thing that happens in Shadowclaw. Because every time he dies, his soul just goes somewhere else. So he'll never die.
But
Pretty
what
much.
about what happened to Sullivan Talbosk?
Yeah. So Talbosh is still inside the body, but he's a different. It's like it's 2 souls in one body.
That both
So would it
souls would
be-
be claimed as part of this deal, is what I'm basically saying.
Was
It would be this body in particular would be the.
Okay, I got it. So
But
it'd be
it's
the
like
body particular.
Shadowclaw has agreed on it on that behalf. So kind of like how you kind of would see the different, like the little quotation. There's probably a note as well of like, it's probably like Sullivan, Shadowclaw, Talbosk. Like it probably is like written like a middle name, very very
Fine.
similar. That kind of binds them
Okay.
together because you are you're like fucking Venom
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fucking what's his name?
So probably-
Eddie.
Eddie.
If,
Eddie, yeah.
even though we are the same entity.
but you are very much, unique in yourself. Like there's uniqueness there. Did his valet agree in advance?
No, she did not. She wanted to read through the fine print.
So the two Rosnors are still to sign. Are you going to wait till after you meet with...
have learnt that it is good to read a contract first.
The good news is that it isn't binding till all of you sign it.
Gabriella would wait for everybody to come down, especially as well as seeing as she wanted to read the contract. Probably get a coffee or something, tea, just sit there.
Side note, is it maybe intelligent to make sure the Castellantans agree to this before we sign away our souls?
They wanted. That's why we are gonna want to sign it at their place, because it's not binding until we all sign.
All right.
I mean, they did ask for an alternative. This is an alternative.
Do you know what, Gabrielle? I really like that. Maybe we can use the very last signature as our ace card.
Yeah, it's a leverage point.
It only takes is one signature in this contract. You can read the contract if you want, and your kids will be free. However, we do need to ensure that these 99 souls are free, and there's not going to be more deals with the devil.
You'll
Nice.
play
I like
hardball. All right, let's head off before he tries to kill Savra again.
Sleep.
Yep, if you haven't long rested, take your long rest, and then you guys head off, Prince Alleying and carriaging towards Castellana Villa, with the contract tucked safely in someone's pack, I'm sure. The door lies before you.
Are there any guards?
No guards in the external this time.
Yeah, she would basically walk inside the estate and knock on the door.
Yep, you knock on the door. Eventually, you see the door open, and inside you see Willifort, the head butler here, the tiefling man who you've met before. He's like, good to see you all back. Cast an echoing on your mic really bad. Just if you can. Away from
Alright, I'll try to move it back here.
That's fine. Hello, yes. Lord Castellanta was expecting your arrival.
We presumed so. Also, Master Williford, I wasn't aware that you were a savant of cards. We have to play sometimes.
If
Didn't you just
give you a little nod and goes like, perhaps.
Where might we find the Lord of the House?
He is currently in his study. If you'd like to follow me.
Of course.
He leads you.
Probably the lady also. We want everyone to agree to.
He leads you kind of down the corridor, through a door on the far end, which Sullivan would know leads to basically the hall area, like the foyer with stairs kind of climbing up. He then takes the first door on the right, knocks a few times, and you hear from inside the familiar voice of Victoria Castellanter call out, "Yes, come in." And Willifort opens the door. "My lord, the owners of the old familiar tavern in the Norfolk are here to see you." "Ah, very good. Yes, send them in." And he steps aside, gestures for you all to enter. In this room, you see that there are tall stacks of legal tomes and financial ledgers resting atop a solid mahogany desk, which sat behind it currently is Victoria Castellanter, fingers steepled, deep in thought. There is also a freestanding suit of bronze armor, complete with helm, gauntlets, and greatsword, standing just to the inside of the door as you step inside.
That thing absolutely comes to life if we try to fight him.
There are there's one chair opposite the desk, but smaller than the chair that Victoria has, and a few small little stools by the wall which can be pulled over, but they are only 1 or 2 foot off the ground. They're not it's definitely to put
Not
someone
very
here
dignified.
put someone here in a position of power as the money lender to his clientele.
Lord Castellanta, you'll forgive the intrusion. I'm going to be playing good cop, and Gabrielle here is playing bad cop. Which is weird because what's a bad cop, right? We're both rich, we know. Listen, she's going to talk you through a few details about a proposal of sorts. Gabriella, be bad.
So, Lord Castellanza, we managed to find an alternative for your predicament. Before, however, we may discuss it, you forgot to mention as a part of your ritual, perhaps, or your deal that you made way back when, shy of 100 innocent souls would be required.
You never made a
Isn't
point
that-
of pushing the full ins and outs beyond the money.
Indeed, we should have inquired more. Out of curiosity, have you by chance procured these souls and are maybe holding them hostage in your basement, attic, or
No.
other property?
They
No?
are still, they've not been picked or chosen or any such sort. They would have been by chance.
And how would you procure them?
Can I
Because,
insight that?
Yeah,
Insight
same
as
here.
well. I think everyone was inside that.
And Gabriella, make me a persuasion check, please, to try to convince them to tell you what they're planning.
I'm not even fucking on.
What's your
19.
persuasion, Gabriella, as well? If you're
20.
20. Yeah, he's being truthful. He doesn't seem to have anyone hidden away or has any people kept set aside for this purpose. He simply says, well, we were going to throw a party, of course, and invite anyone who wished to come.
Ah,
Oh, so
how
like
cunning.
people desperate to be here. Wait, wouldn't some of those also be, lords and
Quite
ladies?
possibly, but that is why you have multiple dining tables at events. You don't want the riffraff mingling with the riff.
All
I
right,
kind
that
of
would
cross
be-
my arms and look at her in the eye like this. Just silent.
Of course, even if you told anyone this, they would never believe you, so...
perhaps.
I'd be surprised.
Fortunately, those souls will not be needed. And
Ah,
before
yes.
I reveal the full extent, I will also ask you to refrain from any more attempts on the life of one Sarah Bellabranta. After we sort this out, you'll have no reason to inquire into your background of demonology and such. Seeing as you'll be none able to make any more deals, and I'm hoping not wanting to make any more deals.
At
So-
the moment, she just is a bit of a thorn in my side, but if you can assure that she will no longer poke or get involved in my business, then there will be no reason to endanger her anymore.
That is not the deal we are making.
Oh, really?
We are
That
just
is the
saving
deal
the
that I just
children's
heard.
lives. For exchange,
She,
leave them alone.
I'm saying is that she will have no reason to inquire into you, therefore you'll have no reason to harm her. Simple as. And if she does, I would ask you to try and refrain to maybe legal countermeasures rather than lethal. Because I'm not sure if you're well acquainted with the Order of the Gauntlet, but if you try and strike her down, it will draw even more attention to yourself now that she even knows that you're trying to kill her. She managed to extract that information from your mercenary.
Ah. That would explain why the kiosks happened. A shame that they
Yes.
have no witnesses apart from the hearsay. No physical evidence binding me there.
No, but the Order of the Gauntlet believe believe each other, so if you strike her down, you'll have the whole Order knocking down at your door, because it will be confirmation that she's right.
Of course. And I have nothing to hide. Anything of note has been already taken off my premises, stolen.
Indeed. Therefore, no need to complicate the matters even more.
I
Leave her
completely
alone.
agree. If she leaves me alone, then I have no reason to involve her in anything else.
Would there be any reasons for her to be involved in your affairs?
I don't see why not. Once this is
Can we set
completed,
up?
I have... Yeah, of course.
Insight?
I
Just
see
if
no
you-
reason for Sabra Bellabranta to trouble herself looking around me.
Ooh.
At 20. you think he's probably got some shady shit going on. But he's coy, and this is an individual, Shadowclaw, who is... He has enough political clout and confidence in his ability that, you know, he seems to have an air of about himself that he's so confident that even if he was going to continue doing something shady or do things that maybe the Order of the Gauntlet wouldn't approve of, he would be able to get away with it.
Still vote we just kill the guy, but okay.
Is that in character? Or?
I would turn around and tell her, well, I don't believe entirely in your words, and I do believe you have something shady going on behind curtains. All I'm going to say is, keep your nose clean, and don't give any reason for the Order of Gauntlet to come after you. Likewise,
Or us.
would expect you, or us,
Of course.
would expect you not to send anyone after them. At the end of the day, you're putting a lot in our. We've got a lot of our plate here in exchange for your children's lives.
And I do appreciate that. But you have to tell me what you have on your plate and how it helps them.
Indeed. She would produce the contract.
Oh, please dramatically slam it on the table.
And she would
Spam the thing just rolls over.
Yeah, it like just goes all the way over, around the room, back over itself, back over the desk lengthways and then long ways, widthways.
I'll kind of sit down, put my feet up. Well, we're gonna be here for a while you read through this, and then you can ask us any questions. Put my feet up and just wait for them to read the contract.
Yep. He takes the little reading spectacles, puts them on the bridge of his nose, and he starts at the top and begins reading his way down. And as
Can we
he
get some
reads,
wine? Or...
certainly, if you would like, you see he rings a little bell, and when he's stepping in, you see Willifort, and he goes like, "Yes, my lord." It's like, "Could you please get some refreshments for my guests while we just iron out some legal."
Is it racist that the fact he's involved in, like, devil shit has made me very suspicious of the tiefling butler?
I mean, you have someone who literally can, at any time, just boopity whoosh and check.
Yep. He's not done that yet.
Yep.
And he has no reason to now.
Correct. But yeah, he will send, Willifort will come back with kind of like whatever you request within reason. If you request, he'd like, anyone have any preference? Water, wine, ale, some food,
Ale.
snacks?
Ale, it's like 9:30 in the morning. I'll take wine. Thank you.
Would you like any orange juice in the wine, or we have a lovely
Orange juice in the wine.
Yes, we have a
What?
lovely champagne.
Champagne. Is it from the actual Champagne region near Baldur's Gate?
Yes, it is indeed. It has come all the way from the Champagne region of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, then yes, I'll try some of that, please. It's been a while.
I
Anyone
don't want
else?
anything.
Okay.
Nope.
Torn between wanting to get something expensive and not wanting to drink anything in this house.
I'll not take anything this person gives to me.
I'll take
No
some
trust him.
wine. I don't think he's ballsy enough to kill us in his own house.
I mean, I think he is.
Yep.
Is
He's
it
ballsy enough.
racist if I just ask him if he's a devil? Yeah, it's definitely racist if I just ask him.
It's like, yeah, there's circumstantial evidence, but also still kind of racist. But also, canonically, is your character not a racist?
Hey, there is no sign that I am a racist. I got some slavery shit in the family, but that's it.
Just casual slaves. Nothing, you know.
So,
Hey,
yeah, he-
it's legal over there.
Willifort goes out and he gets kind of everything you all have requested, brings it back in. You see that Lord Castlander does not take any refreshment, but he will just continue reading. It takes him probably a good like 30 minutes to read through everything. And he gets to the bottom, and he has this very wide smile on his face.
I see that you're enjoying yourself.
Indeed.
In like a happy way or a smug way?
Make me an insight check.
5, I don't fucking know.
No? Big wide smile. But yeah, he finishes reading, and he goes like, well, it seems that once you sign this, my children's lives will be spared, and if you do so, I shall bet you that and relinquish any claim that I had towards the Never Embers Enigma. Wish you all the best. I would have no reason for it anymore.
She wants the eye before we... Okay, she wants to inside that last part. Wait the fuck.
I just thought of something. Has he even showed us the eye at
Nope.
all? Like,
Never should do.
have we?
Well,
Has
we're
anyone
we're
put
gonna
any
want
insight-
to we're gonna want to see that before.
I'll add a D4 to that if need be.
I mean, with 18, he seems fairly truthful.
Add a
Cat Hunter, pretty
D4
wealthy.
to that. This man is wily.
The D4 is when I fail the check, so if no need, then I don't have to. So,
He seems to not think he has any need for it. I mean, sure, add the D4 and see if you can gain anything else from it.
Sorry, just checking my counter. 19.
19. Just roll a performance check for him. We'll see how he does. It's not like, crazy wily. He's a lot more insightful and charming. Yeah. Even the team would have succeeded. He definitely has a, a greed about him. But he seems genuine in his agreement of the terms of the contract that he has signed with you already. He will give up any claim to it. He that's the thing. The contract he has signed with you is, I will give you the eye as promised, on penalty of paying you out a lump sum of money and besmirching my family name, and I will also have no claim to that thing. I'm not gonna. That basically means he's not gonna seek it or try to gain it from you. By giving up his claim, he's not looking to reclaim it in any way. He's honoring the contract that you've already signed. That's basically what he's doing. You think if not for that contract, he probably would put a plan in place to maybe try to swindle you or get it from you. But with the contract you guys pushed for before, yeah, he's kind of like his
I wonder
hands.
what
are
he did
bound.
with his devil son who's in the attic. Wonder if he's still up there. Probably, right?
But yes, whenever you finish signing, I shall give you over the eye.
But before we sign in, we haven't even seen his eye yet.
Yes, if you would
You
be
sure?
good enough to produce it.
Give
show
me
it to
a provision check. With advantage, one of you. Or one of you, you can both roll once.
I'll give advantage to Gabriella.
The thing, Gabriella.
25.
He looks at you all, gives a smolder nod. Fair enough. And he takes a key from around his neck, which is a little golden key. He opens the desk drawer on his right, and then he pulls out from it a singular stone sphere, which matches the size and shape as the other ones you have seen so far. He shows it for a moment, then he puts it back in the drawer, closes it, and locks it again.
Anybody got identify on them or?
No.
I mean, can I do some kind of check, a perception check? Maybe
Perception check to see if it maybe is like a fake or something like that. Yeah, definitely see if you can spot any imperfections or anything obvious that might give it away as being untrue.
My perception is shit, but I'll try.
Would he get any
Ooh,
kind of
21.
advantage
21?
for having
It
seen one?
looks, if it is a fake Shadowclaw, it is
That's pretty good.
like it is. Yeah, if it is a fake, he definitely at least has seen a real one up close and has been able to provide that to whoever made this. Like if it was, it is. You could not see any, anything that would suggest otherwise. There's even the small, because the way the stone has almost like eyelids that allow this to be hidden in, because only a little eye shaped mark is almost bleached into each one of them, probably where that's been exposed to the environment longer than the stuff that's been hidden away behind the stone. All that little detail is all in there. You would say it probably is the real thing. But
It does look pretty real for me. I mean, it'll be very, very hard to counterfeit that. And believe me, I've seen some really good counterfeits of magic items.
the contract I've signed with you, if it was not the real one, would then be null and void. I would have no gain giving you a false one. I'm giving up my claims for that same contract. I would have no reason to keep it either.
Just can't be safe enough.
Of course.
This is how it will go down. We will sign the contract, you'll hand us the stone, and we will leave. Simple as.
Indeed.
Wonderful. In that case, if I may have a quill or a preferred implement in signing these kinds of contracts.
Certainly. He just gestures to the inkwell, which has a quill already dipped in it on his desk. It's this long, very, perfectly pruned peacock feather in length, and has this lovely gold-tipped nib at the end of it. 14, he seems to be telling the truth. Got a call. Intention to do anything as long as you can assure his children's lives were saved. He seems happy to make good.
We ensure they're saved from this one specific fate. Yeah. If someone stabs them,
Here goes nothing then. And she would sign away.
Yep, you sign it away.
I still haven't signed this thing.
Yep.
You can't make me.
You see the word written there, and it kind of dries. The ink dries almost instantly into the paper as you run the quill and ink across it, as it sits there.
What name do you sign with?
She signs with Sylvia Rosnar.
Yeah, your true name. Yeah. You see,
Esvele will get her ink pen from her pack.
Mhm.
Not trusting another man's pill.
Every single character in this campaign has got a fake identity.
Literally everyone has a fake identity. The Black Viper fake. The only one who didn't was Bosco.
Yeah.
Also,
true.
Gabriella.
Everyone else got no one knows.
To be fair, you don't have a fake identity. You have two real ones.
Yeah, but even Sullivan's one is.
Sullivan was a fake identity, yeah.
So you have one real one, one fake one. But yeah, Esbelle will also sign her name.
That signs it. Perfect. As soon as you do so, the contract flares with an orange glow. All of your signatures burn through the page like they were metal suddenly heated by a hot forge exposed to the heat. And they, like Asmodeus' signature, become binding as they burn their way through the paper. Impossible to score out or alter or change. They are set into the paper itself. Which flares with the orange glow. As it happens, each of you kind of feel something change in each of you. It's almost like you can't put your finger on it. It's like you've lost something, but you can't even really remember what it was. The memories are still there. It's not like you've lost memories, but it feels like, it's like when you...
deja vu for losing something.
Not even like that. It's like when you go out of the house without your watch on, but when you look down, you're wearing it. It's like that, a weird feeling of something's not quite right, but you just can't put your finger on what it is. And that passes after a little bit of time. And as the contract signs and is completed, you hear Victoro summon his wife through Willifort, will ring the bell. He unlocks the drawer, retrieves the eye. After seeing the full flare as well. And you see he studied the contract, especially after it flared and like that, to make sure it was all true and binding. And as he recognized it, not a fake. He speaks to his wife in a moment quite quietly at the other side of the desk mule. She pops out and returns. And she has both the children either side of her. And you notice they... she gives a little nod to Victoro, and he gives a small smile. He goes well, it seems like your deal worked. The mark of Asmodeus has been removed from my children, and this, he rolls the eye across the table towards you, belongs to you now.
Oh, I'm so yoinking that eye. I don't have one yet, that's mine.
Get up. Little stone eye. You know you have the final stone of galore. If there is nothing else, Gestures at the door.
Well, you don't have to say it twice.
Perhaps
open
our
my check.
paths will cross again. Farewell until then.
Farewell.
I'll stand up and I'll go.
Pleasure doing business with you. And yeah, you stand up and you will leave. Yeah.
And you level up! Yay!
Not till we put those stones together.
Put them together now.
Indeed. Maybe we won't wait for Logan to do that.
Yeah, you leave. You're basically escorted off the premises of Castellanter Villa. You have all the pieces. Well, they are hidden, but you do have in your or your allies' possessions. I believe Savra has an eye. Bosco has. Oh, sorry. Blackstaff has an eye. Bosco has a stone and eye, and Esveli now has an eye. So you
The
would
second
need.
we're off the grounds, Isveli will turn to everyone and be like, so the tiefling butler's absolutely a devil, right? That racist? I don't think that's racist.
A bit.
I
don't know.
it just seems awfully suspicious.
Shouldn't judge a book by its cover, Esveli, Logan would probably say.
Alright, before I forget, I'll head over to the Order of the Gauntlet to smooth out and make sure that Savra doesn't get herself killed too early.
Yep. Pop down. Do you get a carriage or do you walk?
Or choose.
You can ride on Humphrey if you want. You need to go that way to go get Blackstaff to get your stuff.
Feel free to go without me, or if anybody wants to accompany me. I wouldn't be opposed, up to y'all. But if one of you could collect maybe perhaps the other stones, and we can just put them together.
Maybe you should, I don't know, maybe go back to the tavern and then just...
Right, I'll meet you there. How about that?
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Right. And she would get a carriage just to expedite the process.
Yep, you get a carriage, 1 silver piece. You eventually arrived at the Halls of Justice. You can go up the stairs. You kind of see the familiar, like, you know, kind of quiet halls this time in the morning. It's still kind of early in the day.
She would, drop a gold piece,
Yep, you see
as per usual.
You see one of like the priests give like a little kind nod, and they're like looking for Savra, I assume.
Indeed. Perhaps a room or training.
She is out in the training hall. They gesture through.
Wonderful, thank you. And she would head over there.
Yeah, you see Savra's not in her armor. She's in like kind of like got like wraps around her chest. She's in like loose fitting, kind of like 3/4 lengths that kind of like are tight on her calves. She has wraps on her wrists, on her like knuckles, and on her feet. And she's currently basically going up against a straw dummy, kind of like basically like MMA, kind of like boxing, punching, kicking, like that kind of thing, like just training herself. You see she's like drenched in sweat, covered in like scars and fresh and old wounds kind of all over her body from her like recent encounters in the past. As you come in, she like stops, like takes a drink of water. Right.
I see that you are not saving yourself at all after your last encounter.
Yeah, well, you know, you can't goddamn.
Fair enough. No, I'm here just to drop by because I managed to have the meeting with Lord Castellanter.
Frick.
Indeed, he's quite an asshole, if I do say so myself, but I managed to have a bit of... For all I know, bound by contract, he has no plans to further his devilish deals and to make deals with otherworldly forces. As for other shady things that he might have going on, I'm not sure, and maybe they should be investigated. But have your guard up, because I managed to talk him out of more attempts on your life as long as you stay discreet enough in your inquiries.
Fair enough. I mean, look, something like that. They get what's coming in one way or another. But we'll keep an eye on him.
I know they'll be weighed on tier scales once his soul enters the afterlife, and perhaps he'll be damned to the pits of hell themselves. But until then, I would hate for him to cause harm to the people I at least care about. So,
thanks for the heads up. I'll keep my nose clean for now then, and put the investigation from our end on a hold. I've handed over most of it anyway already.
Thank you.
So see what happens. I mean, it might just, you know, those of
Still
Waterdeep have a
finds
way of getting away with things.
Indeed. Well, that brings me enough joy because I was kind of worried that there'd be no stopping you from investigating further into this. But, well, at least that's settled.
If you say he's going to stop, I trust you to.
I believe he should, and if he doesn't, I will keep my eyes on the lookout as well. I have my ways with these things.
Good to know. You want anything
Alright.
before you go? Or...
No, I'm gonna be heading into a rather interesting evening. Hopefully, will be the closing end of this entire stint in Waterdeep. So, thank you so much for all your aid and all that you've done for me and for my associates.
Have
You've been a
you
true help.
told her what you're planning on doing? Like, does she know anything about Neverember's Enigma or like this whole?
No, she does not.
She goes, well, sounds like you're kind of closing a chapter, but if you're leaving, make sure you hit me up before you go.
Well, I think I was signed up as a... What's the name? I'm working with the Force Grey, so I won't be able to go too far from Waterdeep. But I will have to get out of here for at least myself, because I'm rather sick of the city for a bit.
Fair enough.
But I'll definitely pop by before leaving.
These two.
Indeed.
If I don't see you before then, look after yourself.
Well, indeed. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll be knocking at your door before I know it with one more last favor to ask. I'm not sure what tonight will bring, so...
Don't jinx it.
Indeed. So, farewell for today, or perhaps a longer time. So, see you. And shoot head out.
What's Savra's position again? What is her rank?
Savra is like a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. She is barely like... She's not like incredibly high ranking. She's like a knight. Like she's like a basically like the same kind of like rank you'd expect.
Like a captain? Is a knight like more than a captain, or?
Well, she wouldn't be. She wouldn't have the official rank of a knight. But like if you're looking for something to like compare her to, she would be like a knight of the realm, kind of like that level of like thing. Order of the Gauntlet, they don't really have like a military command structure. You know, they're
just be like a very
they're adventurers who worship Helm, Torm, or Tyr generally, who all kind of have similar, you know, desires and wants, and you know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And you would know that the Bellibranters are like a noble family. Like they are, they're the ones who raise the Griffins or the Griffin Cavalry and stuff. So she probably does have some sway with, you know, the noble circles as well, but probably not as much as the Castlanders.
Gotcha.
And then Gabriella would return to
technically a lady, but you've never called her Lady Bellabranter.
Oh, lol.
But she's never insisted or remarked on it, but you would be wise enough to know that she is a lady, but like, she's never...
We're
the same way you
lady.
are. The same way, you know.
There's a lot of, you know, nobles not acting very noble around this city.
Yeah.
And she would head back to the tavern.
Yep, you head back towards the tavern. Do you go to Blackstaff Tower to pick up the other eye from her while you're down here, or do you...
Yeah, and she'd go by and drop off the helmet as well.
Yeah, takes the helmet back with gladly. Vajra's like, thank you so much. I hope it helped. And this belongs to you.
It was Thank you. It was of utmost importance for our endeavors.
Savra, I don't think was really under... sorry, not Savra. Vajra, I don't think was really under any strict instruction to, like, do anything to you, but you see she probably does a little detect magic on you before she hands it over. Doesn't say anything strange or startling. And, yeah, provides you the eye.
Hopefully by today's evening we'll be able to find this enigma.
Fingers crossed. And if you do, I do recommend you seek to return it to myself, and I can have it correctly distributed through the city at Lariel's request. You did speak to her before.
I'm rather certain that if we didn't, you would know, and then there would be consequences for us.
I mean, you have all cards on the table. I think Lariel basically told you all that she'd be happy to let you keep a sum of the money. I think she suggested 1/10 of the treasure would be ample enough.
Indeed.
and then the rest of it we would distribute out among the city. But if you chose to keep it to yourselves, you may. I can't necessarily stop you. In fact, I probably would be forced to strip you of your rank of Foursquare.
Indeed.
And you would find yourself being followed a little bit by the Lord's Alliance and others.
I can imagine. Anyhow, thank you for all your aid that you provided us during these trying times. Perhaps we'll be knocking at your door soon enough again, but who knows. For now, farewell.
Indeed. And I shall keep you all in mind for any other future taskings of Foursquare.
Indeed. And she would head back to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you all reconvene back at the Old Familiar. Doesn't take long to ask Bosco to retrieve the eye and the stone. In which case Bosco has to retrieve them from Google's stomach, which he shoves his hand in, roots around in there. He pulls out something that looks like it might be a sex toy, goes, "Oh, not that one," and then puts it back in, and then he pulls out the eye and the stone, which have been like duct taped together.
Thank you. Could you wash it, please, before you give it to me?
Oh yeah,
'Cause I hate it instead of
Google
a rubber
spit,
dildo.
and then Google's and just like he like rubs his hands on it. There you go. Clean. Good. It's that's high proof alcohol he spits. He's not a living creature.
Shadowclaw, would you care taking that?
No, you can look at it yourself.
Yeah, she'd take it with her
Big deal.
gauntleted hand.
Yeah, probably wise.
All right.
I'm back, by the way.
Yeah, everything
Hi.
you do.
All right. Esbella, let's move. Do you have yours?
I do, but I propose something else first.
Oh, pray tell.
If we're going to do this, I believe we should make sure we're all on the same page about what we're doing once everything is combined.
Oh, well, who knows what this will do when we combine it? Or are you referring to the gold and how we, or what we do with it?
Pretty much.
Well, I'm hoping to stick to the agreement we made with the city. Keep 10% of the treasure and give the rest.
I propose that I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, fair enough.
We all speak honestly about what our plans are with this. Not that I don't trust any of you, but I don't trust most of you.
I mean, the fact you're gonna use the Zone of Truth doesn't mean you trust us at all. But absolutely fine by me.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't trust your motivations with this.
My motivation's for making sure we're all truthful.
For making us succumb to a zone of truth.
If
You're the
you
one
want-
who joined up with us late.
I'm just
Why do I know
saying.
that you didn't know what we were up to and just wanted to tag along for the gold?
Even if I did want to tag along for the gold, I feel like I've more than earned a cut at this point.
Indeed. Logan, the Zone of Truth spell affects her as well. If you want to ask her a question, she'll also be forced to answer truthfully.
That is true.
I'm quite happy with private business being private business, to be honest. I don't need a zone of truth to be causing me to bare my entire soul to you.
Oh no, it's if you don't want to answer a question, you don't have to answer it. It's basically
No, we don't have to answer.
you don't have to answer. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, we will just. I presume the question will be if you plan to, or what you plan to do with the gold. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right. In that case, I'm ready. Cast away.
And Asveli will cast.
We are cast away.
Asveli will cast Zone of Truth.
Sure.
Which
Just-
I like to imagine with her gadgets is just throwing a fucking like truth serum gas grenade on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabrielle will willingly fail to say.
Yeah. Anyone want to resist?
If you try to resist, does she know?
I'll know if you
You know
if
if
it
you
didn't
succeed.
work.
Yeah, she'll know if you manage to, like you. If you resist and fail, she won't know you've tried to resist. But if you
If you
resist and
resist a
succeed,
pass.
she's aware.
Okay, I'll just no, just let
Just
it
let
go.
it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Yeah. Esvele, do you
I
also?
will obviously let it happen. I mean, I'm the only one who could resist it and not
I mean, if you want, you can we can mute the microphone. You can tell me if you want to succumb to it or not.
Anybody with observant IRL, lip read this shit right now.
I'll mute the microphone. 3, 2, 1.
It's going to be like at the football games or at the sports matches where they're talking like this. This is some bullshit right here. We're about to get absolutely fucking shafted by the DM's partner. What the fuck is this? Another Kadira's conniving little wanker.
Insider trading, what the fuck? What would the IRS say?
There's far too much talk for. Oh yeah, no, I'll just let it happen. This is.
Now we just start having a chat. Just to keep the tension up, you know.
Honestly, a solid amount of that was me tripping over the dog as I got up because she's like right there.
Fair.
It's like me getting up all oh fuck.
I'm feeling like Brennan Lee Mulligan on Game Changer. It's like something is about to fuck us up, and I don't know what it is.
This is
but
where I
know
just
it's
drop
coming.
a fireball
I mean, yeah,
on us
like,
instead.
I mean, there's
You
Valley
chose
cast
to
a
resist,
spell.
motherfuckers.
There's Valley cast a spell. You
Yep.
all you all succumb. Kind of feel the spell take a hold. Yeah. What does anyone say or do, or does anyone ask any questions or?
Are we all on board with following the deal we made with the Open Lord, keeping 10%, the rest goes to the city and its people?
Yes.
I'm for yes.
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 Logan says nothing.
Is this like a complaint of the zone of truth, or?
Yes.
Is there a particular reason you don't want to answer the question if you're planning to follow through this deal?
Yes.
Are you not planning to follow through this deal?
What? I did not understand that.
Are you not planning to follow through with this deal that we made with the Open Lord?
I can't understand it when you use even a single negative. You're not using a double negative, but it's very it hurts, and I don't want to answer wrong.
As Valley, you know that he's truthfully confused.
He's truthfully hurting his brain.
Yeah.
Right. So, are you fine with taking 10% cut of the treasure and the rest going to the city?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. That's all.
And none of us are working for any shady devils, demons, or otherwise mysterious characters. No
I mean,
offense,
I'm-
sister.
I'm bound by contract still, so the fuck do I know?
No.
You're working for one, but not directly about the.
Not knowingly about this, no.
Yeah.
No, not me.
Wonderful. In that
Mr.
case,
Sulks? Anything to add? I
He's
can't
just looking at you
tell
with
if you're.
a bit of a derisive look.
I can't tell if you're genuinely planning on betraying us or just a spoilt child.
he did
I
say
mean, he
he's
did
fine with
confirm-
the split of the money, so I'll take
He did
that as
confirm
a...
he wants to follow through with the Great Force plan, so
Yes. Logan is my friend, or I would say even a friend. I trust him on this. Even without the zone of truth being the formality.
That's quite stupid.
Perhaps. But you saved my life a few times, so I'm willing to take a shot. And willing to stop you if you try to pull any shit.
You wouldn't be able to. Fuck. What have you got? A glove?
Perhaps we could spar sometime. It could be fun before we head into, you know, whatever awaits us on the other side. Oh, that could be fun. How about we have a spa after we put together this enigma?
Logan stays quiet.
No, please. Come on, it will be fun. Just a friendly spa before we head for a daily dose of rest.
10 minutes left, and if anyone wants to, bear their
Probably
soul
closer
in
to
any
Do
like-
you
other way.
fancy
Probably
Logan,
closer to like
Gabriella?
6.
do you fancy Logan, Gabriella?
No.
I don't want to do that in case you get hurt.
Fair enough. Appreciated. But sometime. Well, are we ready to end this
Do you
whole...
guys hire shitty staff
No.
on purpose, or are you just really bad at running a tavern?
Yes.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do this tavern.
I
Just
don't
wondering
know,
if
the
it was like a
ship-
gimmick or something.
No, there was just not a lot of people who signed up. We had we had 3 people. 2 of them work here. 1 was a cannibal.
Is the zone of truth still active at the moment?
Yeah, it's probably got a good 6 minutes left. I've been keeping a rough track on the time of the real-time conversation.
It's really, who's the most handsome out of me and Shadowclaw?
Neither of you are my type.
That wasn't the question.
I don't have to give a direct answer.
Clearly, it's me. Come on.
I mean, this is shit.
Oh shit! Wait, can I get a bottle so we can spin it around?
If you go downstairs, you can get a bottle, sure.
No, she just grabbed some hard liquor and just, all right, let's make the use of this while we can.
And we're
Even
not...
Zona coming back
It's
in just
fine.
means it's still you still feel automatically.
No. Yeah, no, she probably just...
You can't play skipping rope with Zone of Truth until you pass.
No, she just gets herself some wine. But anyhow, any more questions we wish to ask her before the spell ends?
Yes, quite a lot.
Oh, feel free to.
I'm not going to.
Oh,
I would want to ask questions, but I'm not going to.
why not?
Because I don't want to ask them.
Fair enough.
They might tell you more about me than you. I don't know why I keep talking. I do know why I keep talking. I can't stop myself. I need to stop.
Alright, I think this is going
Honestly,
for
I
long
can
enough.
cast this 2 more times. He might just tell us his entire life story if we let him. I mean, I imagine the life story of a noble is quite boring, but...
Far from it.
We all have our secrets. I
Yes.
have no need to pry those from Logan.
Yes.
Yourself, you already know my secret identity. That was about the best I had.
I mean, fair enough. Also, would we care to pay a visit back home before we head off? Perhaps, settle some old scores. Spook the...
If I settle old scores, I'm doing it rich off dragon coin.
Fair enough. Perhaps we could found our own noble house.
Oh, excellent. New noble house, staunchly against slavery. Maybe that's how we redeem it.
Yes. And burn the old manor to the ground.
Preferably with
Anyhow.
mother and father still in it.
Indeed. Although father was never that bad. He was just a... how do you call it? The words evade me.
A slimy
he-
sycophant of a man?
He a good man who had a weak will and succumbed to the ambitions of our dear mother.
Isn't that normal for a noble?
Perhaps.
Speak for yourself.
Shadowclaw
No.
just kind of goes quiet.
Oh, it's almost as if
Hmm.
Shadowclaw's lost his connection with the world.
Yeah.
No, I think he's ruminating on his past. Anyhow,
Oh yeah, now who refuses to answer? He does. I just answered my own question. Why do I do this? It's because I'm stupid. No, I'm not. Not really. Depends how you measure me.
Okay, well now I know you definitely... I thought you had, failed Zone of Truth, but you definitely succeeded because you just managed to say you're not stupid out loud.
Listen, measure a fish climbing a tree and you'll be stupid too. Or something. I think that's the... That's as good as I can remember the quote.
You know, I genuinely thought one of you was definitely doing something underhand, but I've been reassured because the more time I spend with you, each of you seem either too honest or too stupid to be planning anything.
And with that, Zone of Truth ends. That's 10 minutes.
Oh, you're a fucking prick. I'm going to get a drink. Logan goes downstairs to get a drink.
If I were to be playing anything, I'd be sure to play a better game at concealing information.
Don't worry,
Also,
sister. I thought it was very unlikely you were doing anything in the first place.
Let's take a little
Aw.
break. Wait for Shadowclaw's connection to come back. Back in a second.
Shadowclaw, come back to us.
You guys are currently in the Old Familiar, in the study. Some of you have gone to get drinks. The Zone of Truth has ended. You've learned a bit about yourselves.
The Shadowclaw
intentions.
blacked out from having to tell the truth more than 4 times.
Shadowclaw just kind of bit his tongue for the last 4 minutes. But yeah.
We asked him where he hid all his stolen goods, and he just didn't speak until it ended.
Just
Alright,
pretended he was
so-
having like a coughing fit.
Oh,
we ready
still
to-
coughing. Oh, God.
no, oh no, 10 minutes cough. Oh no.
No, are we ready to put this enigma together?
Yes, who's going to do it? Should it be the toughest of us?
I propose we each put in, where one person holds the stone and the rest put one eye in each.
So I'll
Got my
hold it
eye
open
ready.
and you stick it in me.
Yes.
In mine.
no.
Okay, sure. Let's go for that. Sign of a good party.
Okay, so who's holding this stone?
Logan, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold this down.
Yep, Logan holds the stone.
Alright. I'll pebble it in.
Okay, there is no way this eye will fit in that eye socket.
Oh, that's odd.
Wait, what?
It's
Put
the
it in,
wrong.
try that out.
You can see the inside; it would fit, but it's kind of, if you imagine, it's like an eye socket. There's like a stone eyelid that like is half open, which
Gotta
is preventing
wake
you
it
from
up,
fitting
I
it in.
So
suppose. Abracadabra, alakazam.
Do I need to sit here and just warm it up a little? Sweet talk it.
Is there anything
Chill for an hour.
Have you tried
Is-
blowing into the eye socket? I hear that helps sometimes.
Blowing it normally helps.
Is there anything written around the stone? Maybe magic words or something?
Oh yes, magic words, my fucking specialty. I don't fucking know.
Can Gabriel do an Arcana check, perhaps?
Sure.
If he would need to attune
Abracadabra, bibbity boppity boo.
Arcana, boom.
That's at a stone
Avada
that's
Kedavra.
at the minute.
10.
10? Yeah, I mean, if it is a magical item, you've heard of magical armor resizing before. Maybe it's something like that, like on attunement, maybe it becomes more malleable. You're not sure. Attuning it at least would give you some idea, or an identify spell would give you a probably even better idea.
Bosco, could you do a favor, please?
Does
What do you want?
anyone think the Stone of Galore looks kind of like a loaf of bread but green?
Kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Bosco, could you please cast Identify on this stone?
Sure can. Let me just see where I put my pearl. He's off. Comes back. Pearl. He casts a spell. He's like, yeah, this is inert. But if you attune to it, looks like you can maybe connect the eyes, and then maybe that'll do something. I don't know.
Logan,
What exactly is a nerd?
Inert, it means like inactive.
A nerd. Like a nerd.
Sure.
Like a. Oh, inert. Okay. All right. I'll stick
Inert,
with it.
yeah.
What?
That's what I said.
What? I thought you said it's a nerd.
No, inert.
I don't know what a nerd is or what nerds are. Just you speak down there and it's like gobbledygook. Something. Anyway, it's fine. Thank you for telling us something we would have figured out ourselves. Logan will sit with the stone exactly where he is, holding it intently for an hour or
An hour,
however long it
yeah.
takes.
An hour, indeed. After an hour, you eventually feel the stone connect with you, and you kind of feel it's and yeah, it's not like it doesn't react to you at all, but you feel like you have a connection to it.
Cool. And yeah, it's fine. I've got an achievement slot. Does it change at all in shape?
Whenever you move, I mean, are you gonna try to put one of these eyes near it or anything, or are you just gonna?
It's like, hey, my hands are kind of tingly, and it feels weird but in a good way.
All
Do you
right,
want
let's
to stick it in now?
Let me try.
I think I'm warmed up.
Okay, is it in yet?
You're kind of being a bit rough with it, just gentle.
Okay, just turn a little bit.
You're not stabbing, you're introducing.
Okay, going to go around in circles. And
No, just
I
put
swear
it,
to
don't
just
fuck
put the
about.
stone in.
okay, maybe 2 fingers.
No wonder you're permanently single, my guy.
Do you know what? You grab this stone and you can try to do it yourself.
Fine. And he grabs the stone and
Yep.
goes to put it
Second you have it held nearby, the eye socket like widens a little bit, and you're able to just easily pop it in. It makes a little satisfying pop noise, and you see the stone has now got one eye in it.
Does anything happen?
As you pop one eye into
Does
the
it
stone,
summon 2,000 Tiamats or
you
something?
hear in your voice, in your head,
in your voice.
you're in your head. Get the
In your
stones go up
head.
here.
Zombie.
Big fucking item.
I had a great discussion with a guy one time because he had that in his Halloween playlist, and I was like, I mean, it's not really spooky, is it? It's like about the Irish Troubles, and he was like, no, it's about zombies, and it's like, no, they say zombie.
But that's about it.
Yes, you hear in your mind, you have given me partial sight back.
Oh, buddy, prepare for what we're about to do.
Do you want more? Ask nicely.
If you do, I can potentially grant you your greatest desire. Information about the one you lost.
Hey, can you not hear this too?
No.
Here what? Well,
Okay, it's fine. Can I try to respond in my mind to the voice? Just
you
like,
can communicate telepathically back.
cool. Logan, in his mind, will say, are we limited? Am I limited to just one piece of information, or can I have more? That'll be what he says telepathically.
I will give you all that I can. Should be enough to give you what you seek.
Cool. He will reach his hand out for the second eye. Be like, hey, this thing is talking to my brain, and it's gonna tell us what we need as long as it knows it, so it's fine.
All right.
Come on, poppity ping.
Gabrielle will put the slot in.
If it doesn't work for Gabriella,
Yeah, you'll need to
Logan
take it
would
again.
take
It needs to be the person attuned to it can pop them in.
Oh, this feels bad.
As you
Yeah,
pop it
that's
in,
fine.
you get a flash for a moment of the third eye, which is not in your possession. It's being held by one of your allies, probably as Zele. You see the immediate area around it. You see yourself from a third-person perspective. Basically, it's potentially suggesting that if you had maybe done this earlier, you would have been able to see where the final eye was in advance.
Hey, Esville, top left front of your chest pocket, the eye.
Oh, that's creepy.
Well,
Juice the eye and hold it out to you.
It told me. I went into like.
Thank God I didn't hide it in my cleavage like I was planning.
I thought that word was going in a different direction. I was very worried. Okay, thanks. Wipes it off, and goes to put it in.
Yep, you pop it in.
Hey, if I die to this, never mind.
Don't worry, we'll make sure your grave says somewhere on it that you did decent.
3 stars. Would consider again.
You pop it in.
Gets the job done.
Ooh.
And get you to roll some dice in a second. I'll tell you exactly what ones I need in a moment. Give me 1 second.
Oh no.
What you can't see is him just rolling damage.
It's fine. One of the party has got 25 free hit points in the form of Leon. Ha, shit. That's me. You've got cure wounds and shit. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. Everything's fine.
I've got like 3 potions.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
real
like you
ones.
you once stepped over my corpse or anything. As I lay
You
dying on the
didn't.
ground.
You didn't fucking know that.
Hmm.
Esvele doesn't know that, but I, the player, know that.
And that's the best part.
I hate when you know something as a player but not a character, and you're just there like, ah.
Honestly, it's like the test of proper D&D for me. Is like my character knows this. I know a lot more, but only because I played D&D, not because I'm smart.
Roll me 2
like
D100s,
separately.
please, Rob.
Oh, I think I know what that's for.
It's like when you
Anyone
know
who-
the exact spell that would help with the situation, and you're like, but does my character know that exists?
Yeah, 2 low ones. That's got to be good, right?
Get 2 ones.
That's the worst part about
Too-
rolling
too
D100s.
low
It's
ones.
like,
Okay.
you never know what you're actually aiming for.
As you attune to this item, and you pop the final eye in, you feel your ability to lie has dramatically increased. You gain proficiency in deception. If you already have it,
Whoa.
you gain expertise in deception.
Expertise, thank you very
Time
much.
for me to ready my zone of
Wow.
truth again.
And
Nice.
you also learn its full properties. The Stone of Galore has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. And while holding it the stone, you can expend 1 charge to cast Legend Lore. You basically communicate with the creature or whatever voice is inside there, and it shares its knowledge with you. You know it cannot lie, but the information may be more cryptic or vague than you would like. You would also know that it specifically, the last bit of information that it was kind of like deliberately given or told to hold secret was Lord Neverember's like secret that was kind of bestowed upon it. That would be very clear in your mind. You would know that if you unattune to the Stone of Galore, there's a chance you would lose all memory of the stone being in your possession and any knowledge imparted to you. But there are spells that maybe could restore the lost memories. You would know that destroying the stone is probably very difficult. There would be, that would require more delving into it, and you would know that the whatever is inside the stone, whatever you're communicating with through the stone, is some kind of very intelligent creature of some kind. You're not quite sure the full ins and outs of it, but it's definitely a sentient thing, whatever it is you're communicating with.
Is it stuck inside the stone or just communicating through it?
He's not sure.
It's gonna be fucking Asmodeus again.
Not as
Maybe.
Again.
I'm gonna ask your first question and just get a maybe back.
feels more alien
Maybe.
than
Maybe.
feels more alien
More
than Asmodeus.
alien.
Yeah.
Asmodeus, but he's wearing one of those little alien dealy boppers on his head.
He's wearing like the mind flayer things that are knitted that you see on Etsy.
Oh, like the hat one that you can pull down. Like, why do you sound so weirdly muffled?
I will try and communicate with it telepathically in Infernal. Now, I don't even know if communicating telepathically is actual words or just feelings and vibes. But yeah, I'll try and talk to it in Infernal just to check.
The
You
second the
speak to
third eye
Infernal,
is
it
in
seems
as
to
well as
understand you.
did it work?
Yeah. It seems you understand and respond, but it responds in the same voice. It doesn't respond in
Okay.
Infernal, but it seems you just feel to understand Infernal.
Cool.
But it doesn't respond in Infernal. It seems to respond it probably responds in your native tongue. Whatever you would find most comforting. So common, probably.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
anything... Is it working, Logan?
He's not
I-
dead.
What does that make you think it's not worked? Like, what was your fucking plan? Anyway.
I was just,
So-
that was one of the worst case scenarios.
I can ask this thing one question per day. And if it knows it, it'll give me the answer. It might be a bit fucked up, or it might be a puzzle, but I can ask it and get you to say it. So, are we ready to ask where this thing is?
I'm ready.
Like this, all the gold and shit. Because I think it knows. It knows something.
Well, that is the
Alright.
whole reason we got all the eyes and
I know.
right.
I know, but we've got to a point now where we know that it's like together and working. Are we ready to now go? Okay, let's go find that shit.
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Let me focus.
I would propose going tomorrow morning after we rest, but I'm ready to find out.
Okay, and then suppose if we need another hint along the way, we can do that. That makes sense. Okay, all right.
I think we're pretty rested now. It's just
I mean,
morning.
yeah, I'm rested, but also I've been sat with this thing for an hour and it's talking in my brain. I'm kind of a little bit jiggered.
Ask it the
Right.
question already.
Fucking hell. Right, should have had you play bad cop. You're fucking terrible. And then Logan will telepathically ask the sentient creature thing within the stone, where is the location of the stash hidden by or on behalf of Lord Neverember?
Okay. You receive two simultaneous streams of information. You see a tangled barrage of imagery, like just take over your mind's eye. You see twisted underground tunnels lit by strange lights, an endless field of corpses, halls of stone, a golden dragon aging so rapidly that scales shed from its skin, the sound of a silver hammer striking a stone, a beam of sunlight in a darkened room, a chisel carving Deathic characters, which transform themselves into two words. What languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
You do not recognize the characters or the words spelled out before you, but they are burned in your mind. You feel like you could kind of like, almost like a medium, write them on a page before yourself if you had to. And you also hear in the strange alien voice, "Where laid his wife to rest, midst the bones of sons blood sealed. There where Henri laid himself to rest, lies that which the open Lord concealed."
I would imagine that kind of Logan, having asked this question, he's probably just sat in the chair. But as soon as this flood comes in, he kind of, collapses like he's having some kind of fit, some kind of seizure. And he's probably chanting these words over and over, not even processing them fully.
Yep. They're his voice, so not like it's speaking through you or anything. But yeah.
No, but like just kind of
Just reciting
repeating
it.
like a little mantra, just so at least the others can hear.
Can we get a copy of the text into the chat?
I will post it into Roll20.
Somebody write that down. Somebody write that down.
Do you want me to
Write
put?
that down.
Do you want me to put the description of images as well in, just so you have that?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the audio, and that is the imagery that you receive. If you wish, and like you can basically, it like burns that into your memory, like you have it.
Yeah. Logan kind of probably. I'm guessing it's quite a sudden stop for this. It's like barrage of info and all of this, and then it's just stop. I imagine that Logan probably still looks fine, but as he gets up, there's like sweat slightly drenched on the floor. Like, okay, that was fucked up.
Are
And
you
as
right?
you finish that, Logan, you learn that there are at least 12 other deep secrets that have been whispered into this stone over the time. and you would learn of one other ability that it has. The stone has a ritual, which basically takes Legend Lore to a whole different level. It takes 12 hours to cast, and it uses a second artifact, a small tetrahedron of red jade. You're not quite sure where that is, but you just know that that's what you would require. But it seems to be a specific artifact, not like any jade would do.
Yeah.
You would also need special incenses, which have been suffused with the blood of a creature. A specific creature, again, you think, but then that may be part of the red jade conundrum. And 4 ivory strips, or at least 50 gold pieces each. Basically, this allows an individual to wipe the knowledge clean from scrolls, incantations, inscriptions, and all living memory apart from the one currently attuned to the stone or participating in the ritual if that were multiple people. You also learn that because of that, when you're attempting such a ritual, multiple people can attune to the stone and share the knowledge. So if you were wanted to keep a secret among a group of people, you could, and you could remove it from the world. There are 12 other such secrets in the stone which you can ask about. If you don't ask about a specific one, the stone will tell you one at random. And there is also then obviously the specific information that it had previously spoken to you about that you think it also may know, but it may be more limited to what the stone knows.
Interesting. Okay. Right. Yeah. So Logan would sit up and be like, "Can you get me like a glass of wine and some parchment paper, anything?"
Yep. Glass. And she'd buy
The wine first.
She'd grab a bottle from her room probably and
Mhm.
paste it.
He grabs the bottle. He doesn't even put it in a glass.
Big gulp.
Okay, paper, parchment,
Yeah,
something
here.
to write on. Draw
Put it
on.
down. You draw the Dethic characters you saw.
Yeah.
What language does everyone speak?
Speak common. And
Just common.
thieves can't. That's
Fucking
it.
monolinguals.
You're like, yep, common.
Common-
It's not
Common.
that.
And thieves can't. That's it. Was it written by thieves?
I speak common, thieves can't, and undercommon.
Common Elvish Infernal.
None of you speak this language, but if you want to, you
If
can.
only I had a helm of comprehend languages
Yeah.
right
I
now.
Don't we have
Why
that?
did it-
No, we gave
I-
it back.
Oh fuck yeah.
In my defense, how the fuck did I know we were going to use it?
I mean, you didn't have to give it back. It's fine. Listen, I could always wait until tomorrow and ask the question then of, like,
Hey, could you translate that for us?
what does this mean?
I mean, I'm
what's
sure
this
we
all
could just, get a comprehend languages scroll or something.
If anyone make a history check, I would say to see if they even recognize the script. That might help you be pointed in the right direction.
I'm smart-ish.
Not one.
22.
Ooh,
22?
Fuck yeah.
These are Dethic script, they're Dethic runes. They are commonly found in languages such as Dwarvish, Gnomish, Giant, Goblinoid, things along that line.
I mean,
It looks like these ones are probably Dwarven Dethic runes, based on their style.
Do we have a well-trusted dwarf who we could have a look at
mean-
it?
Bosco.
we could.
Istrid Horn would be the only dwarf I think you guys have a.
Is it
personal
Bosco?
connection.
Bosco's a half.
Also, the halfling. He does not speak Dwarvish.
Ah, fuck.
Perhaps we could ask a patron if we have any dwarves downstairs.
I don't think we should ask anyone downstairs.
I mean, like, what are
Well,
good?
just
What are they?
anyone.
What are they going to do with a simple rune?
You also have a
They-
library on the same street as you.
I mean, yeah, can't we just see if there's, dwarvish for dummies?
You want to go to
I mean, what time
the
would it be?
Golden Bookworm.
Can I have a look for a dwarvish for dummies book?
Yeah, you go to
grab all the
Bookworm's
country
Treasure.
here.
See, Rajal is
Do-
there.
Do we have any dwarves that works for us? No, we don't have any dwarves that works for us.
No dwarves
No.
in employ.
I
I think the only dwarf you've actually been on speaking terms of this whole campaign.
Oh, the guild.
Is that dwarf from the Zentarim? I think she died, didn't she?
Yeah, she got turned to ash immediately because we wouldn't stop
Yeah.
arguing.
Istrid Horn? Istrid Horn did not get turned to ash.
Who got turned
Istrid
to
was
ash?
Istrid was there when Shadowclaw was brought back.
Who
You
got turned to
lost
ash?
Tashlin. Tashlin, the human commander,
Tashlin.
watch commander.
To Ashlyn.
Tashlin got turned to ash.
Tashlin got turned to ash, yep.
Now they're fighting because the paint roll got taken away.
All right, maybe you should ask.
Could ask Istrid. Think she's trustworthy?
Or we could look for a Dwarvish for Dummies book, which can I investigation for that, or...
If you want to go speak to Reichel, the library is like a two floors at a 3-story building. It seems to contain more shelves than the building should be able to hold. There's a dog fight going on behind me. I don't know how audible that is. And yeah, there's a short dragonborn of Gold Dragon ancestry, called Reichel. And as you kind of come in, he's like, "Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?"
We're looking for a book on translating Dwarvish runes.
Yes.
Deathic runes, technically, but...
I could provide you a scroll of comprehend language, if that would be of any use.
That would be of incredible use.
It will cost you 60 gold pieces.
Done.
He fetches you the scroll and gives it to you. I wish you all the luck. Very good spell, that one. Good for reading books that aren't written in a tongue you speak if you don't have time to learn it.
Thank you.
Like anything else, I probably do have a book of sorts, but it might take you some time to go through a dictionary.
We're looking for a fairly quick translation right now, but maybe another time.
If you need anything else or come across any interesting books, please drop by. Reichel would gladly take them off your hands. Yeah, you guys head back with your spell scroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna... however you spell scroll. I'm
You-
gonna
I've
eat
been-
that spell scroll.
I think, because is it on your spell list as a bard?
I have no fucking clue. I think Terran had
Eat
it at one
that
point, but
spell
Terran had a
scroll.
bunch of weird shit on his as well, because level 20.
It is on a bard spell list, so yes, you can just cast it. It lasts an hour. Takes an action to cast. The scroll burns away, and you read clearly on the characters. They transform into
Says,
two
Yo
words,
mama.
and they read Bradanth Crypts.
Go.
Bradanth Crypts. Out of curiosity, does Logan keep the stone on him?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, he's not letting it go of that. He's got a connection.
Yeah, he does. If he doesn't for any reason, please let me know.
Cool. Yeah. It'll only be if somebody actively takes it from him.
I mean, one of the party might ask to see it, or like, so.
That's nice.
And then he swallows it. Like a dog with something they're not supposed to have.
Bold of you to think it's going in that way.
It's his lordly pocket.
Logan, prison pocket, Margaster.
That was what the signature was.
Like, I can't believe that's your legal name. It's like, yeah, I changed it.
No, I was born that way.
They looked at you as a baby and were like, yeah.
Do we share this name with this Brandon Crypts with the party?
What's up, Days Valley?
Esvele will let you know that she'll let you know tomorrow when we're on the hunt.
Wait. Why aren't you saying now?
Yes.
Is this something you recognize?
No.
I mean, surely Logan can just.
I can just. I could wait
Ask
until
this
It's
tomorrow
also
to
like
ask the thing.
midday. Like, it's still.
I just think that, once we know, we should set off immediately.
And why not plan ahead?
Why not
Or-
tell us
or-
now?
So at the moment, you know, and we don't.
That thing was speaking in your head, so I imagine you know a lot more than we do as well.
I kind of described most of what I saw as a bit of a jumble. That's the thing that was fucking etched onto the inside of my eyelids.
Logan was rather transparent, so
I mean,
Right
you
now.
were the one that came up with the zone of truth thing. So
Yeah, and now
hiding things from us.
I mean, one of you could just go buy a scroll of comprehend languages
I
if
mean,
you
I was
wanted.
also like, we
Fine,
can just
fine.
I can't cast comprehend languages. I don't know if anybody else
I think
can.
Gabriella could as a warlock.
I believe so. I'll check.
Gabriella, can you do the same spell that Svele did?
Comprehend language is correct.
Yes, you can. It's on your spell list. So you would
Yeah,
just need to
thank
go pay another 60 gold to get the scroll if Valley wants to be coy.
Gabriella,
I do
60
like to be
gold.
cool.
There you go. Go fetch.
Oh, for God's sake, can you give the name of the crypt?
Yep, so Madan Crypts.
One.
Also, sorry if my response is slightly delayed. I cannot hear very well over the sound of the dog fighting ring.
Can I do a check
It's
to see if I
mildly
know
illegal.
if I heard his name before, Hannah?
You can do a history check.
Unless it's. Do you think it's something that Logan would have come across? I'm not going to do a check. Because.
Hey, crypt, treasure, don't know them about it.
Nothing
Possibly.
from
History, you said, yeah? History.
History, yeah.
13?
13. I mean, it does ring some kind of bell. Like, it's, nothing super. You feel like you've actually maybe seen it before, maybe in passing, like you're in your mind's eye, somewhere in the
We
Yeah,
were
you think
hanging
you
out
saw-
in a graveyard earlier.
Yeah, you think you saw maybe that name written when you were last in the City of the Dead. It's called. It was
Can I
maybe
do a
on the way
history
past
check?
the Margaster family tomb.
I think I do recognize this name. I think I think I saw this in the graveyard last
What
time.
about with
I
a 24 history?
I must have seen it.
24 history. Yeah, even better. You definitely recognize the name Brandanth. It is a bit of a local bit of history. It was originally
Wow, it would be great if I could hear this, guys.
It's like you got the guinea pigs back.
I know,
No,
literally.
no, squeaky toys.
It's
Um,
squeaky.
The life of a dog owner.
Oh, he's
Le-
there.
Lord Neverember's wife was Lady Althea Brandanth.
That doesn't help. I can't turn you off because I'm just listening to you, like, over there.
I said Lady Althea Brandanth
Lady
was
Althea Brandon.
is Lord Neverember's now deceased wife.
Well, he did say where he laid his wife to rest, so that checks out. The endless field of corpses bit is not filling me with confidence.
I mean, the Field of Dead is pretty fucking big in Waterdeep.
Yeah. Also, it's a crypt. It'd be weirder if there weren't corpses. Although, yeah, that's a bit weird.
Also, they think it has something.
I
to
just
do
feel
that-
like, in a crypt, you don't really just have, endless fields of corpses. You put them, you arrange them a little bit.
Well, perhaps we'll find out once we get there.
Also, the thing that has something to do with the riddle you've mentioned to us, Logan, about the bones of sons and blood it's sealed. And
Where laid his wife to rest, mid bones of son's blood sealed, that where Henry laid himself to rest lies that which open Lord concealed.
Yes.
I've never said a sentence that long in my life. That's
I mean, the blood
weird that
sealed.
it's stuck in there.
What is son's blood sealed?
They think maybe need his blood to unseal something.
I think we should
Maybe-
go there and find out first before we go looking for somebody's blood.
Maybe we should ask Neverember himself. I mean, he did ask us for the help to find this. Maybe if you share this information with him, he'll tell us. He might be able to
Where
tell
is
us.
young
more.
Neverember? I didn't see him in so long.
Are you talking
I mean, he
about
must be-
Raynar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raynar is
Must be-
not the Lord Neverember who was married. That was his dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's his dad, though. So maybe he'll know something, or maybe he can just. Maybe he can say, introduce us to his dad or something.
If he's the son of the two, right?
He's the son of the two. Yeah, he was her son with him.
I
So,
mean, I'm still
sounds
thinking we
good.
should share the information with him. Maybe he can give us some insight.
Who knows?
I mean, this is something about son's blood. So, hey,
Would we know where Raynar is if he's still in Waterdeep?
he's got a house. This guy, he's got his own house. No, was he staying the? I don't remember. Who's the one that was staying in the portal?
In the Awning portal, I think he was staying there briefly.
Yeah,
But he
I think Volo was staying there. Wasn't
but he does have a like.
house,
yeah.
isn't he?
There's a
Villa,
manor. There's
whatever.
an old Neverember manor, which maybe he's staying in. But there's been a lot of like issues with the Neverember name and all this. In recent, in the last couple of years, there's been a lot of bad stuff about Neverembers. So
I mean, maybe we can check in the tavern and then the old portal, and then if that does work, maybe we can go and check in his old
Perhaps,
place.
yes.
Or vice versa. Maybe check the old place first, see if he's there, and if not, we check the tavern.
whatever you guys want to do.
I actually just go to the tavern and just ask them, the old family, not the Yoni portal. Just
Perhaps you could split up and go to each place.
ask, what's the name of the guy that owns the tavern again? I forgot his name. It's been such a long time.
Volo.
No, the guy that owns
No.
the tavern.
The tavern, the old, the dude with the big sword
Oh,
that nearly
Vernon.
murdered you for
Durnan?
boning Bonnie. Vernon.
Durnan.
Durnan. Sure.
Okay, and the girl, what's the name of the girl again? Fuck the hell.
The girl you,
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Oh.
Haven't you been inside that woman?
You okay?
It's been,
Oh, that's so
it's been
funny.
a very long time.
That maybe a proper got me. I fucking choked.
Although,
I
to
thought
be
the
fair,
dog threw up for a second.
To be fair, Shadowclaw wasn't doing the rumpy pumpy with Bonnie.
I mean,
It was
quite
the
a
other
few
one,
times.
the old one, Sullivan, the hairy one. The hairy
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Is
It was
just as hairy.
Sullivan, yeah. It was some disturbing things. But anyway,
So, how about we split up and search the city twice as fast?
yeah, I can go down to the Yoni portal and speak to Dorney and Bonnie.
Sure. Any of you fancy to go, Sullivan, or should I?
I'll go with Shadowclaw. Sullivan's gone.
Sorry,
I'll go with
um,
Shadowclaw.
It's been a
Uh,
long.
Close it. No hand.
Hey, Shaddy C, do you want to ride on Humphrey or?
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, I'll walk,
I don't know where I'm gonna.
and I will if Shadowclaw wants.
Do we know where?
I'll take the one on the way back so that you can have a drink.
Oh, hang on. I can just, every time he hits my balls just hits the little curve like. Ow, 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 ow.
Do we know the residence of Raynar?
Do you know where he lives? I don't think he told you. No.
Well,
But you could
Fucking
probably
damn it.
find out fairly easily. I mean, like he's.
Kind of water deep
Alright.
phone book, maybe, or
yeah. I guess we'll have to search around. Maybe
mean,
get
Volo
some
might know.
more-
If you could make contact, you have paper birds as well. You could just send a paper bird to him.
That sounds much simpler.
Did the logo say we could ask questions to this stone?
Yeah, one a day.
No. You,
Okay. Oh,
okay,
I know.
that's fine. Just so you know.
is it 1 a day or 3 a day?
Well, you don't know. You don't know. shit about him.
It's one a day, Shadowclaw.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's go to the Yoni portal.
Yeah, you go to the Yawning portal. Doesn't take you long to pop down there. Are you paying cash money, or you?
Wait, are we on the Humphrey? Are we?
Well, the Humphrey can take like 1, maybe 2 people max.
I got.
Yeah, I'm walking alongside Humphrey, kind of escorting him because
You're like leading him along. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to kind of follow my commands.
I got a fucking song stuck in my head now.
Yeah, you head down. It doesn't take you long to reach the yawning portal. You kind of are greeted with the familiar sights and smells of the tavern. Yeah, I mean, like it's just after lunchtime rush is probably hitting as you guys come in. But yeah, it's a nice atmosphere in here. Good smell of food on the tables. Durnan and Bonnie kind of like effortlessly like moving around. Like, you know, he's staying behind the bar, but like, you know, keeping on top of things there. She's like moving through the actual bar itself. There's fewer people on shift as well because it's a busy time of day.
I'll go behind Bonnie, just like kind of like flick her hair a little bit like this. I know it sounds like a fucking weirdo thing to do, but
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion here. 25, not bad.
She looks over, like gives a little smile and nod. It's like, I didn't think I'd see you, handsome. Long time no see.
I know it's been a while, buddy. How have things been with you?
You know, busy with work. What can I do for you?
I'm just here to ask something really. Do you know where I can find that Rainer Neverember guy? That was here with us a few weeks past.
And here was me thinking you were asked for my hand in marriage. Yeah, he's probably at his manor house. He lives up in the Sea Ward. We've had to put him in a few carriages time and again. It's a place called Brandathol, I think, after his mother.
Brandathol.
Yeah, he's not. His father's property, I don't think, is accessible to him based on the crimes in the city and all that. But he still inherited his mum's side of stuff. I think any good carriage driver probably knows roughly where it is, but I know it's somewhere along Denver Street, sorry, in the Sea
Denver
Ward.
Street. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard anything from his dad at all?
From Lord
Lord
Neverember? No. Why would he trouble himself with someone like me?
I don't know. Maybe must have heard something. I mean, in Tavern, there's a lot of whispers are going around. Maybe we could have heard something.
As far as I'm aware, he's still up in Neverwinter doing whatever shady shit he's doing there after he fucked us over.
Okay. Well, anyway, and then I just like after I just start talking to her about random stuff. Just catch up a little bit with her.
He's like, yeah, get you drink anything? And she's like rambles on.
I kind of just try to keep attention a bit busy with me. People just like waving her hair. I just no, come here for a second. Just kind of, for a few minutes, maybe like a good 10, just catch up 10-15 minutes.
She does not get that long. She gets like 5, and then Durden's
really?
like, Bonnie, we're busy.
Oh,
get back to it.
Oh.
She's like, I've really got to go. I'll catch you in a bit. Let me just one slush runs over, and she's like, yeah, she goes back to slinging drinks and like that, and yeah.
Okay, I go back to Logan and say, well, seems like Neverember has got a place up in the Sea Ward. Maybe we should go and see if he's at home.
Okay, do you know where it is?
Yes, in the Sea Ward.
Yeah, no,
you know
it's a big fucking place.
You know, it's somewhere along Mendenver Street.
Yeah, somewhere along Mendenver Street. I don't know. So Bonnie said that is a very popular place. But if you just ask any cab drivers, they will know exactly where it is.
Okay, I mean, that's good. You mentioned a ward. I was just wanting to know if you had anything more specific.
Sea Ward.
You have a road, which is much more specific. Perfect. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
And then the name of the mansion is the same name as his mother. So it's
what, like
Brandon?
Julie?
No, Brandon.
Brandarth.
Okay.
It's called
Brandarth Hall.
Okay, well, this is starting to fucking stack up. Okay, all right. All right. Okay, let's get a cab. Humphrey, he'll probably go outside, but like Humphrey, you're being too much of a burden. We're getting carriage. Big on, and we'll dismiss him as dismiss Humphrey as an action.
Humphrey
This
vanishes.
is spits. Are you?
You see he like, and then like just turns to nothing. And a little single drop of saliva like falls, and it doesn't even hit the pavement before it just like turns to mist.
That's so cool. I should do that more often. I miss him already.
Oh, like he spits a logo, but just before the spits reaches the logo, just vanishes.
So yeah, and we'll get a cab. Logan will pay for this one.
Yep, it'll be 2 silver, and they are able to take you all the way directly to Brandarthol, which is on Endeavour Street in the C Ward. You see, it is a like 4-story residence. Very grand, opulent-looking building. It has like tall towers and spires, lots of red and pink and cream mosaic, almost like, well, not even like mosaic, but like brickwork, actually kind of across the whole building itself. Beautiful slate roof. And yeah, it is quite the place to see. It is gorgeous, very gaudy. I would definitely say very true of a noble.
So it's like it's well kept. So it's not like abandoned, like depleted.
Oh no, definitely
like
not.
Okay. Well, I think this is the place. Let's make our way. Let's work our way in.
It's like,
Nice little house, actually.
yeah, you make your way into Brandarthol, or you approach the door, I assume, and you knock.
Yeah, knock.
It doesn't take long until the door opens, and you are greeted by a like an older-looking gentleman. Like an older-looking man, probably about. He's actually an older-looking halfling, I should say. He's probably, if he was in human age, he'd probably be nearer 70. And he
Wow.
opens it up, and he goes like, "Yes, what can I do for yous?" It was like a crack. You can see there's a chain lock still across it. He's like peeking out.
Oh, hello. He would like to see Rainer Neverember if he's at home.
Young Master Neverember, maybe. Who's calling?
Sorry for our rude introduction. My name is Lord Logan Margaster. We had the pleasure of meeting young Master Neverember when we saved his life a few short weeks ago. We've come to inquire as to how he's doing, perhaps have a little catch-up, if you wouldn't mind us intruding.
Make me a persuasion check.
27, not 20.
We did mention you, actually. Yeah, a couple of weeks back indeed. Sure. Let me, here, I'll get you inside first, and then I'll get the young lord for you. And he closes the door, you hear the lock come undone. And he opens the door fully. You see in the hand you couldn't see, he had a heavy crossbow set on the letterbox, pointed at you both from the inside. So he's like, you prepared to shoot you through the letterbox with the heavy crossbow if he so required. He then goes over and hangs it up on what probably there was once a hat stand and coat rack, but now just has like an array of like quivers and like crossbows and like that. It's kind of all over the place. It's like, oh, don't mind that. Just people who, you know, think they're owed things and, you know, come knock where they shouldn't. Come on in. And he gestures you to step inside this like grand foyer that kind of like sprawls up before you. As you kind of come in on the ground floor, you see there's a little like small reading nook on the right by the windows, little like conservatory, and you're in this like kind of large like open kind of like initial like welcoming space. You see a hallway beyond it, and beyond that some kind of like kitchens. The door open where you come from. There's another door that bends around to the left. Looks like it contains maybe like a large open room there. Again, probably never like one of these like holding spaces, like the one you're currently in, basically. He gestures you to come inside, if you so wish.
Yeah, we'll go in.
Go inside.
Yep. He gestures to follow him, and he leads you up the stairs You see there is a probably some kind of basement access. Just this house is elevated above the street level as well, so it most likely has a basement similar to Dual Familiar. You don't see any access to it, unfortunately. But he leads you up the stairs, into across the landing, into like a dining room, which kind of would be above the entryway. He's like, please just have a seat here, and I'll go get the young lord, and he can come have a conversation with you. He goes back to the stairwell, and there's a door just on the right of the stairwell, which he knocks on 3 times. And you hear a groaning and grumbling from inside. He goes like, apologies, my lord, you have visitors. And you hear, tell them to go away. He's like, no, my lord, they're ones that you said you'd quite like to see again if they ever did drop by. Logan Margaster, Lord Logan Margaster, and his other accomplices. Would you two shut the fuck up? He calls down to the dogs in the kitchen fighting over the scraps. Eventually, the door to Raynor's bedroom opens, and you see a disheveled bedhead, despite the fact it's probably 2 p.m., of his, like, gingerish hair. His, like, vest has been, like, thrown on shoddily. He wears, like, quite comfy-looking breeches. You see the bed behind him is a mess, as is the rest of the room, which is dark, and the curtains are still pulled. He steps out, rubbing his eyes, like, fine, get me some meats and cheeses, and, the good wine, please. Of course, my lord. They're just in the dining room for you. I can see that. Go, old hin, go. Yeah, you see the butler scurries off downstairs. He was like, sorry about old hin. He's a bit of a fuss. Good to see you all.
Good to see you too. What's going on here?
Oh, I was just out on the sesh a bit last night. Me and Floon, you remember the guy who looks like me? We, like, you know, regular drinking buddies now. God, those dogs downstairs. Old Hin, would you kick one of those dogs? Oh yes, my lord, of course, doing it right now! But yeah, yeah, he's like, oh, you know, me and Floon, we just kind of like go out a little bit ourselves. It's good fun. He's a good guy. I can see why Volo gets on with him.
I'm gonna kind of just like go up to him, open his eyelids a bit, inspect him. I presumably will be very well versed in what a normal hangover looks like versus maybe something else. I'm gonna try and figure out whether he's actually just been on the sesh, whether there's more chronic alcohol
Sure,
intake.
medicine check.
A lot of snuff going on.
Medicine, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
14.
You don't think that he doesn't have the, like, burst blood vessels across his nose. It would symbolize, like, heavy, like, alcoholism, like, long-running alcoholism, something like that. He looks pretty rough, despite the fact that he's still quite young. Like, he's not, like, a super old, like, guy. He's probably, like, mid-20s. Like, he should bounce back fairly quick, but it just he's been hit pretty hard. You think probably a bit more than just alcohol, based on, like, you know, his general demeanor. But yeah, he's like, you don't think he has, like, a long-running problem. Maybe just he had a pretty heavy one last night.
Probably still awake from last night.
Probably didn't sleep much. Big bags under his eyes.
Cool. Logan will probably be like, okay, just watch it. You know, this kind of lifestyle can burn you out real quick. It took me years to learn how to drink to excess in moderation and enjoy various pleasures of life. I don't want you going down the wrong path. Not after what we had to endure.
Thanks for looking out.
And where is Floon, actually? I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Floon? Probably
in a
home.
worse state than this.
Yeah. Floon, like, I mean, when you guys remember Floon, Floon was a drunk. Like, Floon was a proper drunkard. Like, very handsome man. Floon was maybe a little bit older than Raynor itself. Probably, like, he would be, like, early 30s. Raynor's probably, like, mid to late. And Floon is a... I mean, I think Logan probably would know this now, especially now that he knows who Floon was. Floon works as an escort in a certain establishment that you've been to quite recently.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
In the casino bit, the gambling area.
He's one of those escorts who kind of, like, you know... Spend, not let's say, like
for social accompaniment.
Exactly. And you probably imagine that's where Volo met him.
Yeah.
You could
Met
imagine.
him.
That's Volo. But, okay, well, listen. We were passing by. We were passing by. We thought, oh, we'll come check on you. We heard that you lived around here. It's quite a nice place. Have you got it all to yourself?
Well, I have to share it with the old hin. And he only does the day shift. And then his son kind of like helps out during the night as well. But the old hin, he was my mum's butler as well. He helped look after me whenever she was gone, when Dad was a bit busy. And there's Bramall, his son. He also manages a lot of the businesses and things that I've kind of half inherited. So yeah, just the three of us really. I don't really like being here, to be honest. I'd rather be in a tavern somewhere. Or, there's a lot of memories.
Yeah. I'll bet. They don't go away, They always come back and it hurts more every day. Anyway, the point is... What was the point? You put me off. You started making me think about that place with the... Oh, where's Shadowclaw? Is he disappeared again?
He's gone.
His internet's dropped.
Yeah, it definitely has. Shadowclaw's like stepped out when he heard about the good wine, and he's gone and sniffing to see what he can find.
Yeah, he'd probably Logan would probably time this to be when the good wine came.
Yep.
And he'd partake with Renar. So if you don't mind, it's useful to talk sometimes. When the heart is open, the mind can heal, or something. What's the story with your wider family? Your father gets a lot of the old the newspaper column inches, or whatever they say. I don't actually read, but he tends to get the spotlight in the stories.
Yeah. Well, he's, it's my dad. He's off in Neverwinter, I think, just doing whatever it is up to up there.
And you mentioned you inherited things. Was that from your mother?
Yeah, my mum still had some contacts. Obviously, she still was a lady, and I'm technically now one of the last members of the House Bellabranta on that side. Obviously, the name's gone, but the bloodline and the connections and all are still through me, I guess.
And the name of this place, Brandeth Hall, is that from your mum's line as well?
Yeah. I think. I mean, you're looking at a history lesson. My mum
always.
My mum and me had a much better relationship than me and my dad. But
I can relate to that.
Yeah, there's I mean the Brandath family, they've been around for a long time. My great granduncle was Kulzar Brandath. He was like a pirate, I think. And another one, apparently far back enough, Mum used to talk about, was Varad Brandath, and he was apparently one of the last students of the old Blackstaff before the new one took over. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay. I mean, it's a lot of people to just be left with you. No wider family. We've got little pockets of Margaster here, there, and everywhere.
I'm sure there's lots of my bloodline out there. I mean, especially if my great granduncle was a pirate. But I mean, it's not like we were like they were an old noble house, going back quite a long time. But my mum was an only child. I don't know what my grandparents or grandmother wanted more than one child, or maybe they did and couldn't. But I never really had any, aunts or uncles or anything like that, or anyone else. So I think maybe it kind of just all kind of fall into me.
some families do that though. They fizzle out a little when the cost of living goes up and fewer children, or they scatter. Sometimes all you have left to remember people is the gravestones and headstones and crypts and tombs to remember them by. I visited my family grave probably not even 2 weeks ago, and it sometimes helps remember that we are just one little blip on the timeline, which certainly helps when you consider having another night on the town, you know?
True. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I have a family crypt in the City of the Dead as well. They do. That's where my mum's buried. I don't really like to go there. I was there last time I was there was her funeral.
You know, that pain will only be there until you confront it and realize it's okay. Like, going there isn't going to, and feeling those things isn't going to hurt more than the last time you were there. And every time you visit, it's going to make it a little easier. We could come with you if you wanted. Have a walk. I think you need some fresh air as well, my guy.
Make me a
Yeah,
persuasion
definitely. That
check.
face looks horrible. The face of yours look.
19.
When did your mother pass away, by the way? Sorry for the personal question. Just out of curiosity.
It's fine. She passed away a while ago. About 4 or 5 years ago. Not long. No.
Yes, I think it's time for you to go and pay respects to your mother. I think Logan is right. You can do a bit of a.
You know, don't get me wrong, Shadowclaw. Like, the idea of going so that you can pay your respects, it's bullshit. Who's receiving the respect? No one. You go to see these places for yourself so that you
Exactly.
can
Pay
remember.
respects. I think it's something more for yourself than because, well, the person is just a body with a skeleton in there. So
Yeah, let's not focus on that too much, Shady. The point is, it will not be worse than that day. And every time you go back, it'll be a little better.
Yeah. Sure. I think I could go see her. I think maybe it's kind of funny. My mum loved me more than my dad. I mean, I think that's why he's kind of angry. I think she ended up leaving more or less everything to me. Maybe that's why he went up to Neverwinter. I don't know. Why am I talking about this? Look, yeah, we can go. Let me get. I'm a mess. Let me get cleaned up.
No. Take your time. But we're happy hanging out, or we can come back for you. There's no rush at all.
I could do some more wine, to be fair.
Slight tweak in the story. Actually, I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, his mum died when he was quite young, so he would have been like 5, 6. He would basically say that he was more or less raised by the old Hin, the halfling butler, who his dad his dad never fired or something like that. But like, yeah, as he came of age, he kind of realized it probably because they all belonged to him technically.
Cool.
He's like, he gets tidied up, and he doesn't take him long to get himself somewhat composed.
He'll just kind of, as he comes out, Logan will rest a hand on his shoulder, pause, and be like, it's a big step, this. It's okay if things don't quite go to plan. Like, we were going that way anyway. You'll be alright. Obviously, lying his face off. Alright, come on, Lane. Shadow, finish that. Don't pour yourself more. Finish what you've got in the glass.
I was about to. Oh, okay, fine.
In the glass, not the bottle. That's it. Okay, right. Come on. And yeah, we'll head out.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you get a carriage probably.
Yeah.
Easily
Try and
sourced by
get a
Raynor.
nice one.
Yeah, there probably is a lot of ones like reading around here. Probably he has a regular one that he only gets. He doesn't have a dedicated driver per se, but he probably has a carriage driver who knows Raynor, tips quite well, and makes a point of whenever he doesn't have a job, he idles back to this location on the off chance Raynor is gonna get a job. You know.
Yeah.
Raynor pays for the fare to the City of the Dead, which normally would cost 3 silver. He pays 3 gold for the privilege. And as he gets out, the carriage driver's like, you know, are you going to be long, my lord? I can wait here for you if you like. It's no trouble at all. I'm happy to wait. I can take you back to the seaboard if you'd like. No, that won't be a problem. Thanks, Gerald. All right. Well, have a nice day, my lord. If I see you around, just give me a wave. And he goes off about his business, and then you're standing at the gates to the City of the Dead, which doesn't like carriages to enter. You see, at this point, probably with all like the back and forth thing and like all that kind of stuff, it's probably turning to dusk. At nighttime, which would be like after the sun has fully set, the City of the Dead does close for the night, and you would know that guards are going to be stationed at the entry gates, and you would need to be, if you were going to, be elusive, you may need to slip past over the walls and like that. However, at this point, it's fine to enter. And at dusk, something that happens every day, which you only really notice now and again, but something that's very, very clear now that you're here, is there are hundreds of drift globes that make their way from the inhabited part of the city, from all the wards, and they congregate in the City of the Dead. They normally spend the night here and then disperse at dawn. No one really knows the reason, but it kind of delves the entire City of the Dead into a like wash of like blue, ethereal, almost light over you all.
Is it like little spirit balls, like?
They are drift globes. They're not will-o-wisps. They are like solid magical items. But then
imagine like floating magical lit up snow globe.
Yeah, a drift globe is like an actual thing. It's a real thing. But the problem is no one releases them. They disperse and return back to wherever they're from. They return back to where they were housed originally, and no one seems to know why that happens. It just happens. It's just a phenomenon.
Thinking back to the twisted underground tunnels lit by strange lights, do these seem like the kind of lights that were lighting those tunnels?
Maybe, yeah. There's something about them, like the way the lights in the tunnels you saw, they didn't have they weren't like torches mounted on the walls. They almost were like balls, almost like Bosco's dancing lights would have been your first kind of conclusion. But yeah, there's similarities here. It could maybe be them. And this cool. Potentially could be that field of corpses that it's talking about. It's not sure.
Yeah. And halls of stone.
Yeah. Eventually, Raynor will lead you to the Brandorf family crypt, which is located just round the corner from the Morgaster family tomb. You see that it is a grand-looking mausoleum atop it that kind of stands before you. Lovely description page. So the Brandorf mausoleum, it's like a big, almost like boxed off, walled off sector. It has a large mausoleum, kind of like in the middle, but it also has like several smaller mausoleums and outbuildings kind of all around. In total, it has 1, 2, 3. It has 4 mausoleums. It also has some actually there's more. It has 5 mausoleums. Apologies. That's 6 total. Yeah, 6 in total. Apologies. There's so many fucking buildings here, and they've all got like sub buildings. So 6 mausoleums in total. One is this like big grand one in the middle, which kind of dominates it. There's one on the right. Which is kind of done, in you see looking in, there's like celestial statues in there. On the left as you come in, there is one that is like really old looking, and looks like the letters are all faded of that Dethic alphabet carving you can see. age-worn stone can be kind of seen everywhere. Kind of like to the right of the largest most crypt, you see that there is 4 buildings in the southwest corner. They look like ossuaries. So they're like these big bone displays you can kind of even see from here.
Did you big bone displays?
Yeah, like there's like an ossuary is like a almost art of bones and like so like rib cages and bones and thigh bones and skulls being used to make art like of the dead. If you search ossuary, you will see some pretty fucking cool shit.
Yeah, it's like this crypt in Italy, whatever they're called.
Yes, exactly, the one of Rome. Yeah, exactly like that one.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The one, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been there myself. Fucking cool monks. Yeah, so there's that one as well, and there is in the left-hand side of it, kind of like down past it, there is a very poor repair but mausoleum. The roof is caved in, but the stone looks relatively clean and new. And then beyond that, there are a couple of smaller mausoleums, kind of like all dotted around, just kind of in the back, kind of like corner, and those kind of like spread. I think they're kind of all in that back left corner from where you kind of enter, and that's kind of what you see around you as you kind of go in.
You know, it's strange, the kind of the connection. I was reminded on the way in with those floaty light things. It was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when I was visiting my family tombs. I got these visions, like a feeling that just springs to mind out of nowhere. And it was a family member I'd never heard of, you know, and I was compelled to look up their story and ask my family, and it was amazing the amount that I found out about myself almost from that. Things just hit you. Like, in here, there's a name that's drumming out. I don't even know if it's a name. Like, Henry? Henri? Annie?
Okay.
Is that name ringing any
I want you
bells
first
to
to make me a deception check for your bullshit medium, but I'm going to give you advantage because you're kind of playing up Raynor. You kind of have got in this vulnerable state. Holy shit! Yeah, you see,
We're using the man.
you see, Raynor kind of like looks at you a bit confused, and almost a bit like wowed for a moment, and he goes like, hang on, yeah, no, follow me, and he leads you to the first crypt on the left, the oldest looking mausoleum, the one with the text is like begin to worn away, and as you look at it, you see, Logan, those runes that you saw carved, that's the stone, it's that stone, but you see here, the stone has worn away. It looks like you can actually only clearly make out BRNTHCRYTS. The P, the A, the AR have all kind of like faded away above the eastern doors. As he kind of leads you through here, it looks like individual crypt sites have been renovated, moved, and like even removed over the years. But he leads you kind of like through to a larger room in the middle of this structure, which is probably one of the first mausoleums on this site, you imagine. And you see this tomb has been refurbished, this big one. It probably used to be a probably someone quite ancient or old here. But you see in the middle, clearly newer than the rest of the crypt, there is a bouquet of wilted flowers that lies atop a sarcophagus, which is sculpted in the likeness of a very gorgeous-looking human woman. On the ceiling, you see a faded, chipped portrait of a lord man of some kind, very proud individual, and he's identified with a labelled banner. Fresh script around the perimeter, and the painting reads in 4 languages: "The beauty of our age in death is watched over by the spirits of her ancestors." But you do see he is identified as Lord Henri in the image above. He's wearing this like Alexandrite tipped pin, is holding a distinctive dwarven compass in his left hand. And what is everyone's passive perceptions?
14.
13.
Gabriella, Shadowclaw?
13.
Oh, we are there?
13.
Oh, you're not there. Sorry, you wouldn't be. Just be those ones. Yeah,
Mine's 13.
yeah. Nothing overly interesting or curious stands out. Apart from, you know, obviously what you have kind of seen before you. It looks like the sarcophagus in the middle has been, based on how the floor is built, there was probably a different sarcophagus that was right here. A good guess, probably the guy whose likeness is painted on the ceiling, and he's maybe been exalted and moved somewhere else to allow her to lie here. And Raynor, as he kind of comes in, he kind of like sighs and is like, yeah. The old hen always said Mum never really wanted to be buried in here. She just wanted something small and simple like those little ones in the back. But Dad was pretty insistent on having it here. You kind of like see he like looks at the flowers and like kind of like shakes his head a little bit, and you see that there is a like, you know, like he kind of like checks them, and you see this little note on them, and it looks like he's like kind of like shrugs and just like, you know, goes, but he's like, can keep it up to himself, you know, he's not feeling 100% great.
How are you doing? You doing all right? You're
Yeah,
just reflecting.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Can I use 5 points of lay on hands to cure him of any poison, i.e., any hangover effects?
Can you imagine being like hanging out your ass after a night out and somebody just drags you to your family crypt?
And magically cures your hangover? It's a bit of quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Yeah, use 5 points of lay on hands and just kind of like pat him on the back and be like, it's gonna be okay. Just take a deep breath into you.
He does. He has like a big inhale. He goes like,
Maybe not best in here. Maybe a bit musty.
yeah, it's a little dusty. Yeah, no, thanks. That helps.
It's alright. Have you had enough? Do you want to head home?
Yeah. He kind of like reaches out, puts his hand on her like shoulder of like the relief kind of carved in the top, gives like a little squeeze of the stone, and then goes like, yeah, I should probably get someone to drop some new flowers around. Those are a bit sad.
While
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
While I'm inside the crypt, while he's talking to Log, I'm gonna spend some time just going around and see if we can maybe find like maybe a secret passage or something. Maybe like something that looks like maybe it's like a drift of wind or something like it doesn't look right. You know,
you mentioned that one of the places it was like old but looked like newer stone in the front.
Yeah.
That was the bit that seemed sus.
Yeah, there was a lot of kind of throughout it looks like, you know, various places have been, you know, and you're kind of thinking like in wall like tombs and stuff like that have like, you know, been over the years, maybe have had bodies taken out and exalted and then reburied somewhere else, you know. Make a
also
perception
this
check.
light. Yeah. Also, a perception or investigation? Because I'm
investigation, sure. If you're physically going around fucking stroking the walls of this guy's family crypt while he's there, sure.
I mean,
to be fair, I think that with all of Logan's bullshit with his 30 deception and his 27 persuasion earlier, like
you can pull him, pretty well.
Can I maybe do a stealth check to try to do subtly, like I don't know.
Oh, I stumbled, and I will just touch this wall for a while.
Maybe like my hands, like
just do an investigation check. I think Logan's like 30 DC deception is enough to keep Raynor's eyes off you.
Fuck.
Also,
do I get advantage?
It's dusk and it's only going to be lit by the odd drift globe, isn't it? So like,
do I get advantage because he's distracting him?
No, he's not helping you look.
He's helping by distracting. Oh yeah, that's what
he's letting you look exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you stroking my great uncle's tomb?"
Just like
his bones.
But yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm done." And yeah, he like kind of steps. He like goes to like step out. Like, you guys coming?
Yeah. Come on.
And
Shadowclaw, come on. Sorry.
As he walks you past and out of the mausoleum, if you do go, as you're kind of walking out, there's this huge big tree like by the front of the actual crypt itself, kind of like almost in the middle of the all of them, like all together, and like the long, like huge branches kind of reach over everything, and it kind of like sees it seems like move almost, and you see there's a few of these like drift glows kind of floating along, and it kind of just like shimmers and twists a little bit, and you see it comes to life.
The tree.
The tree comes to life.
Like as a person or like as a whomping willow?
Like
kinda?
as a treant would come to life. You see like this gnarled old like knotted bark that could be a nose, a crack where the bark is split that could be a mouth, and like two more cracks that could make up eyes that kind of like shine with like the same kind of intelligence as these almost like drift globes, but for a moment. And it like looks at you all as you kind of go past, and you see it. It probably did it before, but maybe just didn't even clock it. But as you're now kind of like actively looking around a bit more aware, and like, you know, Raynor's not really paying as much attention, and he spots it, and he's like, he turns his head and tilts, and then the tree just gives a little slow nod. And it just like, and you see like a few birds fly out of the branches above, and it just says in passing, "Your mother was a lovely person." And then it kind of like returns back to its idle state. You see it's still...
Thanks, magic tree.
Still kind of aware.
She got some wood!
My brother in Christ. It's
Were there mushrooms in that wine, Rena?
No.
Because I just saw that tree.
Yeah, that
move
tree
and
just... We should go for a drink.
We should go for a big drink.
Yeah,
let's... a cheeky pint of wine, please.
I think that would be good. And as you're kind of going around...
drink for free.
That sounds even better. And as you're kind of like heading towards the exit, you see a human man, this like Tetherian knight, kind of like goes like, "You there! The city of the dead's about to close. Please make your way to the nearest gate and leave. If you're caught here after it's closed, I will be forced to remove you from the grounds."
No need for that, young man. No problem whatsoever. It's Lord Margaster, and we've just been visiting the family tombs. We're on our way.
Of course.
Back home.
Anything you need, Lord Margaster, I'm Sir Ambrose Everdorn of Clemnovor.
How old is this guy?
He is like fucking 90. But he's in full plate mail with a giant great sword on his back, and he's got his helm's like on his like under his arm, and he's got like white hair, like a little short white beard.
If this was the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that'd be Stan Lee's cameo.
It is Stan Lee. It's just Stan Lee in
It's just Stan Lee with a beard.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll make sure to remember all of that. Okay, off we go.
Yeah, and you head off. I mean, like, you probably have maybe heard of Ambrose Everdon. He patrols the cemetery every night from sunset to sunrise, lit by those drift globes. And there have been stories where if people refuse to do what Sir Ambrose Everdon says, he has never drawn that blade, but he just goes and touts on them to the city guard and he gets them to come take them out. He's like, "There's people in the cemetery and I can't get them out." Like, we'll go deal with it, Sir Ambrose. He doesn't he doesn't do shit. He's just a fucking like a little spy.
He's a tattletale. That's what he is.
Yeah,
he's a fucking rat.
He's a professional rat. You guys head out of the City of the Dead. You head back up towards the Old Familiar, and yeah, as you have a couple of drinks with Raynor to round the start of the evening off. That is where we're going to stop for today. Thanks for joining us, and bye.
Bye. Alright, good night, fucker.